If you have never invested before or you are struggling to get started, this is for you. So, welcome and thank you for sharing the live. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina, I'm Doctor of Business and Technology, and I do help professionals build wealth the right way, turning their income in their 9 to 5 into real wealth. I close the educational gap or the gap between what we were taught in school and and how to build wealth. Because your skills in itself, all it does is to give you money, right? It just gives you some money, but it doesn't help you to build wealth. So welcome, Otto Junior. Welcome, and thank you for tapping the live. We're trying to get to 10,000 likes within the first 10 minutes, just so we can get on the FYP. And we're trying as much. We want to get to the FYP today. Get to push us to the league, to the C League today. If we can do that, Ajay, welcome. Paco, welcome. Hill and May, welcome. How are you all doing today? We are trying to get to 10,000 likes. So let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share with all our friends and everyone within our contact. Let's share as much as possible. We are live right here, right now, and we want to learn how to start investing. So if you ever wanted to invest, you don't know how to get started, this is for you, right? You want to come close, you want to learn this. Mary Wallace, how are you? Welcome again. Welcome. And we try to get to 10,000 likes within the first 10 minutes and as many followership today. That's the goal. That is the goal. Welcome. How are you? Opeyemi, welcome. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. So we have both the TT community and then we have the YT on the other end today. So in case you see that I am talking to somebody and it's not on your own side, welcome. Doing great. Thanks for asking. Absolutely. So let's share the live. We're trying to get to 10,000 likes within the first 10 minutes. So if we can just tap out the live, power share, so I don't have to keep repeating this, so the people can always, everybody can hear and come learn this. The reason why I say this is, I say this to, because when you do the power share, what you are basically doing, it's just to share with some other people, let them come and understand. There's a whole lot of knowledge gap when it comes to financial literacy, because it's not within the school curriculum. We are just trying to close the school curriculum gap, because what you were taught is go to school, get a job, right? Become a medical doctor, be a lawyer, be an engineer. But then how do you grow that income? How do you grow it into being to wealth? That is what this is all about. And one of the strategy is to invest, because if you just put your money in savings account and you don't grow, it doesn't grow. Your savings account gives you 0.01%, right? Your Chase, Wells Fargo, and all of those banks, right? What do you get? You get 0.01%. So the 31 people on YouTube, welcome. Subscribe if you haven't. You have so many things to gain than to lose, right? You subscribe it. Game Pros, welcome. Subscribe if you haven't. We're trying to get to 20 subscribers tonight on YouTube. That's the goal. How are you, Game Pros? Welcome. Let me know where you're connecting from. Danny Rodriguez. That sounds like where are you connecting from? And tonight we're talking about smart investing. You're just meeting me for the first time. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm Doctor of Business and Technology, and I help professionals build wealth the right way. So turn your 9 to 5 into real wealth, right? That's what we're talking about. And today is all about smart investing in general. I teach 4 pillars of wealth building. One, it starts with your skill, which is your income. 2 is your investment, like smart investing. 3 is real estate. These 2 pillars, it is where the multimillionaires and billionaires actually put their money. Those 2 right there. Then number 4 is the 4 pillars, the 4 F's, right? Financial discipline, financial literacy, financial planning, and of course, all of this give you financial freedom. That is the pillar. So I do have a curriculum because I'm a professor. I teach AI, cybersecurity, and deep learning in the university. I'm also a vice president of technology. I'm a serial investor with double-digit real estate portfolio, as well as as a vice president of technology. And I'm just teaching how you can take your money, turn it around, and your income, because if you just take your paycheck and you just use it to, what you just basically do is pay bills. What you are just doing, you're trading your time for bills. That's all that you're doing. But what should you do? You take some of the money and then you put it towards investing, right? And that's what we're talking about today. So let's step out the life. We want to get to 10,000 follower, 10,000 like within the first 10 minutes. So we can get on the FYP, and you're also sharing. Paco, welcome. Otto Jr., welcome. Okpayemi, welcome. Mary, thank you all for all tapping the live. Let's share the live. Let's share the live. Let's share. Let's tap out the live. So welcome, welcome here. Welcome, welcome here. And trust me, it's a whole journey. It's a ride with me. By the time you're done, I tell you, you're going to be stuck. Your goal will be to build wealth, because you won't really have any option than to do that. So welcome. Mary Wallace, thank you so much for saying it's a great life. Okpayemi, thank you for sharing the live. Otto Jr., thank you for liking. Nathan, thank you so much on the YouTube side. Subscribe if you haven't. Subscribe. Hello, Nathan. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? How are you doing? Tonight, we are talking about, think about it. If you ever wanted to start investing, you don't know how to get started, you are too afraid to start, are you going to get to know the step by step, everything you need to know to get started, ensuring that you do not lose your money. You don't lose your money like myself. 6 years ago, I lost close to $100,000. That's what I lost investing in the stock market, doing penny stock. Yusuf, thank you so much. Yay, Nathan stop, and every other person, subscribe if you haven't done that. Because you have a whole lot, except you don't want to grow wealth, right? And whenever I talked about wealth, it's not just money, it's time wealth, it's health wealth, it's peace wealth, and of course, it's money wealth. Because the goal here is not about money, the goal here is financial freedom. Financial freedom, ability to live life at your own terms, not trading your time for money. And when you trade your time for money, when you get that money, what you do with it, which is investing, that is how you grow your wealth, because that's how you buy back your time. That time, because it doesn't require you to be there, you are still making money. And that's what I preach. I'm not here for about money only. It is about financial freedom, living life at your own terms. So invite your friends. Let us get started, because we're talking about how to start investing. Are you a beginner investor, or you're about to, you have lost money in the past and you want to learn to do it the right way? Then this is the right place for you. This is so far. Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you so much. And let us, on the YouTube, we're trying to get to 20 subscribers. So sub right there. And let's get started. And we're trying to get to 10,000 likes within the first 10 minutes on the TT space. So, and please share the live so we can get started. Michael, welcome. Otto Jr., thank you so much for the live. Okpayemi, thank you for sharing the live and for tapping out the live. And remember to get your daily at me on the TT side. Daily at me, go popular, and of course follow if you haven't, if you are just meeting me. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so if you want to start investing, but you really do not know where to start, I understand, because I'm going to break it as simple as possible. Remember, I said I'm a professor, so obviously I get to teach, right? I get to teach. This is the time you get to lock in, right? I know you're locking, but you keep tapping out. Dr. Lina, penny stock is wrong. It's a wrong way, and I realized the wrong way. No to penny stock. Absolutely, Paco. No to penny stock. I mean, some people know how to do it. It works for them. But trust me, that was the strategy. I lost money. Penny stock, day trading, and options trading. Those three things, the people that know it. And a lot of time, it's a full-time job for them. It's a full-time job for them. I tell you, they know it and they do it well. But then if they tell you, oh, you know what, go buy this stock, or they tell you, buy this stock at this time, sell at this time, trust me, if you don't know the charts, trust me, you're going to lose money. I lost close to $100,000. My friend lost $50,000 to options trading in Tesla. Tesla options trading in 1 week. 5 days was what it took. She lost it. He was left with $1,000, and she was even angry, and she just even left the $1,000, right? This is real life story. But whatever we're talking about today, it is way that you can start as a beginner without you thinking, not stressing yourself. Set it and let it go. Long-term investing, not a get-rich-quick scheme, but definitely it's going to be better than your 0.01%. It's something that you trade by yourself. It's not that you're giving somebody money. Please never give anybody money to trade on your behalf. That is scam. Never do that, right? Never do that. So do it and learn it yourself. And this is also a strategy that the multimillionaires and the billionaires are using. They have used it. Warren Buffett, you can go and Google him, is 96, is worth $1.6 billion dollars, and they call it, he's the owner of Edaway, Berkshire Hathaway, right? Go and check him out. They asked him, they said, where should we put your money? He simply said ETF and index funds. Simply put, a lot of time, one of the biggest things that I get every single day, Dr. Lina, which stock should I buy? Which one is going to return money? And that is the biggest mistake, right? We are not picking and choosing, right? Whatever strategy we're doing right here is diversification, is low risk, and of course is something that is tested and trusted. And that's why it is called smart investing. Paco said, lost a lot of money with penny stock. Yes, absolutely. It's one way you want to lose your money. It is one way to lose your money. So welcome everyone, and let's keep tapping out. We're getting to 10,000 within the first 10 minutes. As we're getting the class started, and we're trying to get to 20 subscribers on the YT on YouTube and side, and of course follow if you haven't followed, right? Follow right there on the TikTok. How would you learn it if you have not been trained? How do you mean? That's why you're here. That's part of the reason why you're here, right? Just so you can learn, right? Health, money, habits. Yeah, that's why you are here, right? I guess you're talking about whatever strategy that we're the smart investing way, right? The right way, right? Because this is where the multimillionaires and the billionaires, the strategy that they use, okay? Comment, I want to know so that I know your level of investing. Put stats if you have never invested, you are just very new to investing, or you have lost money, you want to start doing it the right way so that you don't lose money. Comment stat, put stats in the comment section. I just want to have the idea of the people that are having this, life do. Are you a beginner investor, or are you an advanced investor? Are you one of those people that check the charts and do options trading and all of those things? Yeah, put stats in the chat. Put stats in the chat. I want to just know who I have in the audience. And let's keep tapping out the live in the process as well. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. So are you a beginner? Paco, Okweyemi, Otor, Nana, Alicia, are you all beginner investor? Are we, or you are it's okay. Just put one, or intermediate. That's great. That's great. Intermediate. Okay, Paco is intermediate. Do we have any beginners in the house? Or you've never even started? It's okay. It's okay. Everyone gets to start somewhere, right? The only important thing is that if all that you do, you put your money in the bank, all you're doing is that you're losing money. Okay, you might think that they say yes, the money is going to be there, but guess what? You are getting a 0.01%, and to bring it to perspective, 0.01%, that is $1 on $10,000 a whole year. That's what it means. So it means $5,000, you get less than 50 cents a whole year, right? So, and guess what? Yes, you might say that, yes, I don't need money on top of it. Yeah, I understand. However, it will be good if you are not still losing money for that. Inflation takes money from you. Inflation is at 3.3, between 3 to 5%, 3 to 3.5% right now. So it means that for every $1, it means that you are losing about 3 to 5, 3 to 3 and 3, 5, 6, 3. $3.05 thereabout. That's what you're losing. Like on every dollar, you're losing $3.05, 50 cents. That's what you're losing every single year, right? It just means that you're losing money instead of you are not growing your money whenever you save. But I also understand. But I don't want to invest because I don't want to lose my money. I want it protected, right? Or I don't even know how to get started. These are things that I get in my box, DMs every single day. I don't know how to get started and all of that. Okay, so that's why we're here. Most people don't invest because a lot of people don't invest because they are confused. They don't know where to get started. They don't even know, do they invest in the bank? Should I open a Bank of America to invest? Or, in Wells Fargo, can I invest right there? No, right? A lot of people don't know where to get started. And it's not your fault. That's because there was no school for it. We were not taught this in school. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's get it to 5,000. Let's get it to 5,000, 10,000. Yeah, I know we are all locked in, but let's keep tapping it out. Is there a reason why we just sit and never tap out? Because there's never a time I'm in people's life and never tap it out. Because whenever you tap it out, it means that you find information very interesting, you find it beneficial, helpful, right? And then the algorithm understands it, and then it pushes it out to more people. And then when you also share it out to more people, what you realize is that so many other people will come and learn this. Trust me, whatever I'm talking about right now, a lot of people, because I get DMs every time, a lot of people want to get that information, but they don't know how, right? So do not just keep it to yourself. Share it with other people as much as possible so that they can learn. Okay, so number one, they are confused. People are always confused about investing. Number two, they are too scared because you work so hard for their money and they want to hold it dearly, right? But in the process of holding it dearly, you are losing some of the money indirectly because inflation is taking some of the money from you. Forex traders, forex trader, that's even another one. That's another big deal that I never touch. Yeah, ignorance as well. Some people don't know that the fact that you save money, right? The fact that you save money, you are losing the money, right? Even though it feels that, oh, you are seeing this amount in your account is not going down, but you are losing money. So a lot of people don't know that. So ignorance, yes, very valid point. Ignorance, a lot of people, and it's not people's fault. It's because there's no curriculum that says financial literacy, financial education, building wealth. There's none of that in colleges. There's none of that in the school curriculum. It's a gap that was intentionally removed because so that we can have people within the workforce, right? Because if everybody is a millionaire or you know how to turn your money to a million, why would you do 9 to 5? Why would you work for somebody else? So that is part of the reason, right? So subscribe if you haven't. Welcome here. We are talking about investing, and I'm Dr. Lina, Doctor of Business and Technology, and I help professionals turn their 9 to 5 into real wealth. The P5, welcome. How are you tonight? Oh, welcome. So that's what we are all talking. Isabel, welcome. Nathan, welcome. Yes. So what you want to do instead, right? The ignorance is one. People are confused. They don't know how to start investing. That's true, right? People are too scared. They don't want to lose their money. And of course, putting your money in the stock market it is risky, right? You could lose your money. However, if you do it the right way, you will realize that you grow your money, you do not lose it. It might not be a get rich quick scheme, it might not double your money overnight, right? But guess what? With consistency, automation, and all of those steps, putting it in the right portfolio diversification, you realize that your money automatically grows. Your money doubles. Your time in the market over time in the market. What is this about? It is about investing, building wealth the right way. Wealth, time wealth, health wealth, peace wealth, money wealth, financial freedom. That is what this is all about. So welcome, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Awesome. And we're trying to get to 10,000 likes within the first 10 minutes. Please, let's tap out the life. Let's us not. I'm taking it really personal now because need to have more people in this life to come learn. People come to my life every time. They sit down, enjoy everything, right? Learn, but they do not just tap out the life. Let's not forget that. I know whenever we're talking about education, whenever we're talking about money, people are so locked in with their pen and paper. But as you're doing that, also tap out the life and share the life with your friends and family so they can also come learn this, because the more people we reach, the better. So people are confused. Then people do think that it requires a lot of money. That's the other thing. That's other myths that people think. It requires a lot of money to invest. This one, every other one, I agree that is a oh, hi Mia, welcome. Yeah, I agree that it is a valid one. So you being ignorant, you being confused, you being scared, yes, that's a valid one. But this last one that it requires a lot of money to get started, no. With $1, as little as $1, you can start investing. Okay, $1. I am very deliberate when I say $1. That's like the least of the currency, right? Like the minimum. You can start investing, and you're like, okay, how is this possible? Yes, Mia, you can start investing with $1. Yes. Now, gone are the days when you have to buy a unit of stock or shares or whatever. Gone are those days. That time is fast. Now you can buy fractional shares. Now, before we get into that, so I mean, that made, you can see, that's a long time excuse. And I always tell people as well, so far you say that, oh, you know what, I don't have money, I make minimum wage, I don't have a lot of money, I don't, the bills are too high. But guess your bills are too high, you get the minimum wage. Do you pay taxes, or do you get exempted for tax with your taxes? Do you? I guess not. So even with minimum wage, if you can still pay your taxes, there's no reason why you should not pay yourself, because this is the only way, right? You pay yourself is the only way that you can actually build wealth. If all that you are doing is get your paycheck and pay bills, what you just keep doing is, that's what they call paycheck to paycheck. That's what they call the rat race. That's what they call the hamster wheel. You will work to 65, and even at 65, you will not still retire. You will not. You will keep working. You're pretty. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words. Subscribe if you haven't. So basically, what can you do instead, right? What should you do to make sure that you, number one, pay yourself and automate it, set it and let it slide? Because when you save your money, it doesn't grow, right? It keeps it there, it doesn't grow, you're losing money. Queen Bee, welcome. However, if you invest it, that's the only time you grow money, right? And that is the only way, paying yourself and growing it, right? That is how you build wealth. That is in all of the equations. So I have a triangle, right? This is a triangle. It starts with your income. If all that you do is you take your income and you fund the lifestyle, which is your bills and everything, guess what? You will continue to work here to be able to fund this bill. What should you do instead? Take some of this money, right? This is your bill. This is your income. Take some of it and put some of it. Use some of it to fund the bills. Pay yourself, right? Meaning this is the angle of you paying yourself. Pay yourself here, right? When you pay yourself here, this is the only one that grows. Bills is a liability. It's called depreciating lifestyle liability, DLL. This is, when you pay yourself, that is appreciating cash flowing asset, because that's where you put the money. This cash flow, it's an asset, because asset will put money in your pocket. Liability will take money from you, okay? Asset, like what we're talking about, stock market or, real estate, businesses, all of those kind of things that you do it doesn't require your time, but it's your money that is generating money. That is the only time you grow your wealth. This doesn't grow your wealth. All that you do, you take your money, you put it in bills, you continue to work to fund that lifestyle. What you should do, take some of this money, use it on your person, pay yourself through the asset. The assets are generating cash flow. That cash flow will now start funding this lifestyle. And that's what that means, is that you now have additional stream of income. True cash flow doesn't require your time, right? Doesn't require you trading your time. And that's how you buy back your time, because your cash flow is now going to fund this lifestyle versus you funding lifestyle. It will be your money, your asset, that is now funding this lifestyle. And that is how wealth is being built. That is the only way for you to build wealth, okay? And that's why a lot of people do not understand this strategy. And that's why they stay stuck. What is 65, whatever, right? Let's keep tapping out the life. I know we are locked in, right? We're getting to 10,000 within the first 10 minutes. Let's do that. Let's keep tapping out the life as we go straight into the investing structure. Let's do that. Thank you so much for tapping out the life. Let's tap out the life and share the life one more time. Paco, Okwemi, Kingston, Nana, Afo, CEO, Times Precious, Julius. Let's tap out the life. Thank you all for tapping out the life, and let's share the life. If you have Go Popular, if you haven't gotten your daily at me, let's do that. Let's push that league that you see D1 100%. to top 100. Let's get it to top 10%. Let's tap out the life. Okay. So you can start investing. You just need to make sure that whenever you always think about it, whatever money you have, always make sure there's protection. Protection is the first thing, right? Protection is the first thing. So yes, you have this money. Then the next thing, when you understand the flow right now, you put it towards asset, right? When you have that asset, right? When you have that asset, then you make sure that that asset is protected. If you put it in when I lost my $100,000, and my friend that was here earlier that also lost money, my fellow people that lost money in the stock market, yeah. So we have situations like that. You don't want to lose the principal. And whatever strategy I'm talking about, it is you not losing the principal. So basically, what am I talking about? What is the strategy I talk about? It's simple. ETF. What is ETF? Exchange traded funds. Exchange traded fund. What is exchange traded fund? Exchange traded fund is, instead of you buying a single stock, you are diversifying your risk, right? You are diversifying your portfolio. Instead of you buying one, you are buying multiple. Okay? Buying one, we buy multiple. Okay? Who knows about ETF? Who knows about ETF as we tap out the light? Who knows about ETF? Okay, let's who knows about ETF? Grace N, Time Precious, Nana, Okwemi, Paco, who knows about ETF? And let's keep tapping out the life. Let's do that. Okay, so what is ETF? ETF is exchange traded funds. Or if you have heard about ETF before, just put one in the comment section. ETF is a basket of fund. And give me 1 second. I am also going to power share just so I can have everyone here just to know that I am live. Okay. I'll be doing that. And you can also power share on your end as well. It's something I'm passionate about, so I want to make sure that no one misses out. Okay? And let's tap out the live as well. Let's tap out the live. Let's share the live with our friends. Okay? And I'm just doing that right now on my end. Let's power share. Sharing is loving, and or what do they call it? Okay. And I'm just sharing. Uh let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. And let's keep sharing as well. Okay. All right. Okay, awesome. So it's all about ETF. What is ETF? ETF is exchange traded funds. And thank you for tapping out the live. Exchange traded funds is a basket of stocks, right? What are stocks? Stocks is a way for you to invest in a company. So think about it. You have S&P 500, right? Everybody knows about. I mean, think about it. Investment. You want to own a company. You want to be. You like Apple or you like Amazon or whatever company that you like. You like a particular company, right? Coca-Cola, right? Everybody drinks soda, right? You like Coca-Cola, and through because of that, you start investing in Coca-Cola every single month, right? I mean, you say that, okay, you know what? I want to buy a portion of Coca-Cola, right? And because of that, Coca-Cola, of course, you cannot buy it as a whole company. With your $1, $100, $50, you can buy a share, a portion of being of Coca-Cola. That turns you from being somebody that is consuming Coca-Cola, but also being an owner of Coca-Cola. That's it, right? That is it right there. All right. So that is so you invest in the stock exchange, right? Through the stock exchange, through the investment houses, you can buy a portion of stocks, right? That relates to Coca-Cola. Now, but you just only have $1, or you only have $10 or $100, but you like Coca-Cola, but at the same time you also like Amazon, right? Because you shop there. But you also like ExxonMobil, right? Because you buy gas, right? You're just also interested in real estate, all of this, but you only have a single amount, right? So but what ETF does is, exchange traded fund does is, you, with that same single amount, you are able to buy multiple stocks. Just whenever you make one single purchase, right, you buy multiple stocks that are in that basket of funds, right? Why is this very important, right? It's an avenue for you to build wealth. All right, it's a way for you to build wealth. How does it help you to build wealth? Think about it. If you buy one stock and the stock goes down today to zero, like the penny stock, you lose all your money right there, right? Everything is gone. But if you buy a whole basket of stocks, right, that has about 500, or it has 1,000 in it, if one stock goes down, I mean, the chances of all of them going down at the same time is pretty low, except there is a major war and it's like the end of the world or whatever. That's when everything it can go low, but they can never go to zero. So what does that help you to do? It helps you to diversify your portfolio. It helps you to protect your principal, that, okay, in whatever the situation, you can never lose your money. So think about when I lost 100,000. If I put some of this money in an ETF, what you realize is that there's no way I could have lost my 100,000, or my friend that lost 50,000 in that options trading in 1 week. If she had put it in let's say she put it in 500 top 500 companies or whatever, right? 1,000 companies. Even if one goes down, she would have still been able to be fine. There's no way she could have lost all her money in in that particular stock that she invested in. So it just helps you to diversify spread your risk. That's what ETF helps you to do. And that's why the multimillionaires and the billionaires love about it, because they know that their principal is almost protected. So that's a way for you to grow your money. That's a way for you to invest your money as a beginner, such that you don't have to go find a lot of education, watching charts, because of course you have your own full-time job, right? You don't have to go back to go learn any training. You can basically just buy everything in that basket, right? So let me give you an example of a very popular, Mama J, welcome. Well, a very popular ETF that everybody knows, S&P 500. S&P 500, Danity, thank you so much for the likes. We're trying to get to 10,000 within the next few minutes. Yeah, so let's tap out the live. So basically, think about it. The popular one that everyone talks about, which is S&P 500. Everybody talks about it, like VOO. You probably would have heard it or seen it on the streets of TikTok. But if you have not heard it, it's basically top 500 companies in the United States. So think about it. If you buy a unit of this stock, either a unit, a whole unit, or fractional unit, right? If you buy it, you are buying the top companies in the top 500 companies in the United at that point in time. What does the point in time mean? That means that they are evaluated from time to time. So they are evaluated quarterly. How are they evaluated? They are looking at their cash, their cash. They're looking at their revenue. They are looking at their profit. They are looking at their record. They're looking at everything based on their return on the investment. All of those things is what classifies them to be the top 500 company. So think about it. This is a way to categorize company, to say, oh, this company is performing well. These are the best companies. So it's a race amongst all of these companies to say, I want to be part of the top 500 companies in the United States. So you are getting, most of the companies are doing well already. But now think about it. These are the top. So there is a race. Every company wants to remain in that category. So think about companies like Microsoft, Google, right? Everything it resonates, right? Amazon, and it's not tech. like ExxonMobil, right? All of these top big companies are what you find in that basket of stock. So that is why it is so popular, right? And another beautiful thing is because of this, it has returned consistently between 8 to 12% in the past 30, 40 years. Understand, underline averages. So you don't make mistake when people say it has returned 8 to 12%. It is not, because I have to be fully transparent with you. It is not that every single year is returning 8 to 12%. No, that's not what it means. Because whenever you are investing through this strategy, you are not thinking about every year. You're not thinking about monthly. You're thinking about long term, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. So it gives you a range. So like last year, S&P 500 delivered 18%. So it simply means that if you had put $10,000, you would have gotten $1,800 is what you have gotten last year, right? Year to date, I need to check what is done, right? I know it has also done pretty well, like, but last year. But think about it: if you put that same thing, if you had put that $10,000, the same amount, if you left it to your Bank of America, Chase or Wells Fargo, which is your savings account, what you would have gotten would have been 0.01%, which is simply $1. $1, right? User, thank you so much for the follow. And if you haven't followed, now is your time to follow. And thank you for tapping out the live as much as possible. And thank you for subscribing on the YouTube side as well. And that is, so this is why it's pretty popular, right? S&P 500, because the chances of you losing money, something that's returned between 8 to 12% averaging for 30 years, 40 years, that is a good candidate for a beginner investor, because you are just learning. You don't know. So just start simple. And then you don't need to start picking and choosing. You don't, right? You don't need to start picking and choosing. It's very easy for you to start. You can open it right now and you can start. I mean, not right now, during the trading window, right? During the week, during the trading window, you can start investing. And that is how you get your money secured. Remember, protection comes first. You don't want to lose your money. Your principal has to be secured. But on top of that, to build wealth, you are going to have to get some return on your investment. 8 to 12% is way better than the money market. Money market treasury bills is about, money market is about how much right now? 12, or CDs is about 4%, right? That's it. So, which is which is locked in. 3%, 4% is what you get. But guess what? S&P 500, you get between 8 to 12%, right? Because, and why? That's one thing. Aside from the fact that it has a trend, a record, right? A record of 30, 40 years. It also means that even with 2008 stock market crash that happened, that major crash, the people that invested, that still waited, they have all recovered. They made their money. Okay. And let me also give this: there's something called the rule of 72. Rule of 72 says, and it follows this principle, it says, if you want to know how long it takes your money to double, it takes 7 years to double. If you use this strategy, it's going to even double before 7 years. It simply means if you have 100,000, your money doubles. And that's, maybe you would have heard compound interest, right? You would have heard people say time in the market. Put your money in time in the market versus you time in the market. Because when you put your money and you stay in the market for a decent time versus the day trading and all of those kind of things, you trying to choose and all of that, when you start looking and you start trading, and you leave your money there and you allow compound and do the job, that is where the wealth is built. Jason Russo, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's get it to 10,000. Let's get it to 10,000, then we'll move to 20,000 from there. Let's keep tapping out the live. Yeah, so basically, if you just, it's a lot of time people would always want to get rich quick scheme. You live in Canada, yes. So Canada, yes, this absolutely works for you, Jason, as well. This absolutely work for you, and anywhere in the world. So you want to lock into, I can tell you the step by step, right? So I just wanted to understand that let us, all this get rich quick scheme, right? You lose money. I lost money, and that's why I can tell you, so that you don't lose your money. Okay, you don't lose your money. Get rich quick scheme. I was in a one-on-one consultation with a client yesterday, and basically there was somebody or a particular group of people collected 10,000, 12,000. They said, oh, our IP in our house, they want to send a crypto of 1 or wallet of $1.3 million, whatever. And I'm like, and then she said, okay, she needs to send another 10,000. And I said, this is just scam. Whenever you're trying a get rich quick scheme, it's almost like gambling. It's not the people in Las Vegas alone on the streets of Las Vegas that are gambling. There's so many people on the streets of your normal human beings doing it, thinking that they are investing, but all they're doing is gambling. Because if you are buying a stock, an individual stock, you don't know what it is, you don't know you did not do your research, you are definitely losing, you are definitely gambling. If you are giving your money for somebody to trade on your behalf, that is also almost a gamble. Do not give your money to somebody to trade on your behalf. Do it yourself. Get the education. If you do not understand it, get the education again. You work too hard for your money. So, having said that, so S&P 500 returned 8 to 12% in the past 30 years, 40 years. And of course, it's long-term investing, not get rich quick scheme, right? Then the other thing that you can also, another one that I also put my money is NASDAQ 100. And then the other one is like a dividends for cash flow. I'm back a long time ago. I am watching your live, and I said I had to leave and we'll watch your live again. And I'm here. Yay! Welcome on YT. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know whenever I'm live, so you don't miss me again. And thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping it out. I know we are all locked in, but let's tap it out the live. And if you can also power share one more time, so we have more people here, and we are trying to get to the top. You see right up there, we're trying to get to the top 10% today. And all of this that you do, Go Popular, Daily at Me, and all of those tapping helps us to get on the FYP. When you get on the FYP, more people come in and they come and learn about get financial education. So you are helping other people. Whenever you tap out the live, whenever you do Go Populars, whenever you do your Daily at Me, that is the only way out. The algorithm knows that, this is a valuable information for people to come and learn. Okay, so you are helping this life, and you are helping as many people as well, and that's the only way you can also give back. You also learning all of this for free. I too want to thank you so much for joining. Austin the Great, thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing the live. Hey, welcome. How are you? So today is about smart investing. That's what we're talking about. Okay, that is, thank you so much for the Daily at Me. Yeah, it costs you $1, 1 cent really for the Daily at Me, and you can find it right up there, or you find it right down here. Okay, okay, great. So having said that, basically, this is a strategy, right? S&P 500, we all know about that. S&P 500 simply means the basket of stock, not of top 500 companies in the United States. There is also the NASDAQ 100, top technology company. Thank you for the Go Popular in the top 100. So something like Nvidia, Microsoft, Google, all of those top companies you will find right there in the NASDAQ 100. Then if you just want cash flow, right? You want dividends, you can also buy the ETF for dividends. And you want to invest in real estate, but you don't want the traditional real estate. You don't want to deal with tenants. You don't want to or you don't have capital for the down payments of the real estate. That's one of the pillars that I also teach, right? So you can also buy the ETF for real estate. I too want to thank you for the share. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Can we get it to 10,000? Thank you so much for doing that. So basket of funds, right? It's basically ETF. Now, with all that I've said right now, you can say that you want to buy the entire US stock market. You can buy it. You can also say that, you know what, I don't like to invest in the US. I want everything outside of the US. You can do that. You can buy the entire global, right? And why is this important? You want to, if there's anything that you want to take out of here, is diversification, right? diversification, because it's a function of you either losing 100% of your money, or you spread it across such that, yes, I make gain. Just think about it. You make gain from selling tomatoes. I mean, make gain from, think about it. Diversity is the spice of life. Basket of fruit. Would you rather just want a basket of bananas, or would you want bananas, strawberry, have grapes and all of mangoes and all of that, like have like 10, 20, 30 different fruits in there, such that if you eat banana today, you can eat another thing tomorrow, you can eat another kind of fruit, right? I would rather take a basket of that, a basket, instead of just getting one. With my $100, I buy just bananas. No, I want to get everything. Hey, 5212, 300 minutes. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, for showing up every single time and building your wealth journey, your wealth through this life. Welcome, well done, well done. And thank you all for tapping out the life. It's all about smart investing today. All right. So know that you can start investing with very little, right? With very little. Gone are the days when you have to get 100, you have to buy the whole unit of stock. So for instance, the VO that I talked about, you have to buy the entire, for you have to buy a unit of VO. It's a unit of VO is 635 the last time I checked it, right? So it means that you need 635, but gone are the days. Now you can buy fractional shares, fractional, which is $1. You can buy $1, $5, any amount that you have. So it's so easy to invest right now. So there is no excuse why you say that, you know what, I'm not going to invest, because it's right there for you now. It's right there and right there available for you. All right. So but make sure that whatever you're investing, make sure it's in the right system, in the right tool. So ETF, like I said, basket of funds, right? Why is it good? Number one is the diversification. Number two is easy entry. Okay, and I'm going to talk about how to get it. Thank you for the roses, right? Easy entry. Number three is, it's beginner friendly. You can open it right now and just buy with your, small money, $20. You're welcome. $20, you can just buy it, and then you buy with your $20, you buy 500 companies or 3,200 companies or whatever, and you know that you have spread your $20 across board, and you see it growing every year, basically, right? That's how you do it. One thing that is important with this strategy though is consistency. And to help you drive consistency is automation. Automation is going to help you drive consistency. What do I mean by consistency? Do not say that, okay, you do it one time. Also ensure that every single time you are, like you're buying every single time. So it means that as you are getting your paycheck, take a certain portion of it, right? And make sure that you are deducting it every single time automatically, and it is being invested for you. That is how you grow well. So think about it. If somebody that starts putting $100 every single month from the age of 20 to the age of 65, guess how much that person is going to have? That person is going to have $4.4 million through compounding interest. So think about it. Another way that you can also think about it is $10,000. If you put $10,000 every single year and you have 100,000 over time, by year 25 or less than that, depending on where you put it, you would have you will have 1.6 million, right? 1.6 million by year 25. So it is, and because you're putting it bit by bit, so it's a function. That's what they call it. They call compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. There's a reason why they call it, because it's easy for you to grow your money. It's just so easy, and you can go and Google it. I always say that trust but verify. Go and check compound interest calculator, plug your numbers in there, and just see. Be amazed at the wonders of compound interest, right? Be amazed. Victor Dak, Thank you so much for the follow, right? You'd be amazed at the wonder of compound interest, because you would realize that that is how wealth is built. It is not in that get rich quick scheme overnight. I always say that people are so patient to work for 90, people are so patient to work for for 45 years, right? 20 to 65. But people are never patient when it comes to investing. Invest for 10 years and never work again. But people would say 10 years is a long time. But you can easily do that. So let's keep tapping out the light. Let's get to 10,000. Let's get to 10,000 first, and let's get to 10,000. So the importance is consistency, right? And automation will help you drive consistency. So think about it. If you are putting $100, or if you want to put 10,000, just let me put numbers to you. If you want to invest 10,000 because your goal is 100,000, right? 100,000 will give you 1.6 million in 28 years or less, right? 100,000. That 10,000 is like less than $1,000 a month, right? But when you calculate it by day, it's $27 a day. A lot of us spend more than $27 a day. How do I know? Because some people will buy lunch at work, right? And then they would also get coffee in the money, right? Coffee, their daily dose of coffee. And of course, I'm not even talking about buying things on Titi Shop. I'm not talking about that. I am not talking about some other things. I'm just talking about daily expenses that people get to spend, right? But guess what? That is your 1 point something million dollars. That is your $1 million status right there. But you keep saying that I don't have money to invest, right? You keep saying I don't have money, but that is it. That is how you build wealth. Always put numbers to it. So having consistency is key, and automation is going to help drive it. ETF is the structure. Exchange traded fund or index fund, they're almost the same thing. Exchange traded funds, it's just a basket of funds. Lagopi, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you for tapping out the live. Get your daily at me as you're also following, so you know when I'm here, and you can also it just helps that you are part of this community. You love what I'm doing here, and you want to learn more. Okay. So, and always remember, whenever I say consistency, why am I hammering on this? Because when you time the market, a lot of people want to say, oh, when is the market at the lowest? There's no way you can determine that. It's only God that knows when the market will be at the lowest, right? A lot of people don't know. Faith, thank you so much for the follow. A lot of people don't know when the market is at the lowest, right? So what can you do? How do you just buy the same thing at the same time? Like clockwork, right? Clockwork. Just buy the same thing every single month. Like as you're getting your paycheck and you're paying your taxes, then you're paying yourself, right? How do you pay yourself? You're funding your rotary, you're funding your brokerage account, and that is how you build wealth. So think about it. You start taking $100, or you start putting your Roth IRA is about $7,500. It's $7,500 a year. That's about $625, specifically $625 a month, which is $312.50 every paycheck if you are paid every 2 weeks, right? That is less than $20, less than $15 every single month. That's right there. Why is Roth IRA important? Roth IRA, or is it FSA? What do they call it in Canada? I think you also have something like that. It grows tax-free. It grows tax-free. So it's taxed at the source. And what does this mean by gross tax-free? It grows tax-free because whatever amounts that you put there, if it grows all the way, let's say you put 100,000, it gets to $1 million, it is never taxed. You get your whole 1 million. And that's where you can never put more than 7,500. You can never put more than that a year, right? Because they cap it, because is an investment advantage, tax advantage account that you can use. But you can only get it after you're 59 and you're like closer to retirement. However, you should also have your brokerage account. Brokerage account, you can take the money out at any time, but it is capital gain tax. You would have to pay capital gain tax. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's get to 10,000. Pi 212, Paco, Okpeyemi, Lover, Darlington, Bond of Grace, Mama J, Faith, Baba, the legend, PK Mouse. Yeah, let's keep tapping out the live. And thank you for the follow, right? Thank you for the follow. Let's tap out the live. Let's get to 10,000. And then from there, get to 20,000 tonight. Okay? So great. Thank you for doing that. I know we are all locked in, right? Just the same way I'm passionate. What is a brokerage account? Very fantastic question. A brokerage account is an investment account, basically, just like your bank account, but it's an investment account. Thank you so much for the Go Popular part 212, and thank you for sharing the live. Is your investment account just like your bank account? You have your bank account. For you to buy all these ETFs that I'm talking about, S&P 500, you open an investment account. Okay, the investment account, there are different kind of investment account. One is your retirement investment account, which is like the Roth IRA, your 401k, retirement, whatever it is called in your country, right? Any form of those kind of things, it's an investment account, right? Now there is also the one that you can also open for yourself. All of these ones are brokerage account, by the way. Everyone I'm talking, it's a brokerage account. It's just that it's classified like the Roth IRA account. It's for your retirement, right? That's what differentiates. But the brokerage is just simply self-directed. You own it. You just put your money in there, just like your bank. The way you put your money and you get your 0.01%, right? That's the same way you put your money in investment and then you buy ETFs right there, right? And that is how you build your wealth, okay? That is how you, then it grows. You buy your S&P 500, 8 to 12% return, 18 to 22% return, like that. That is how you grow it. So everything I've been describing earlier, right? All along, that is the execution of it. That is where it is executed, the automation, all of that. That is it. I hope that answers your question, Faith. I hope that answers your question. Hope that answers your question. Awesome. Thank you all for tapping out the live. So great. So consistency. Do not, there's something called dollar cost average in investing. Dollar cost average. It means that you are buying the same thing. The stock is high, the stock is low, it's medium, you are still buying. Tiffany, welcome. Rita, thank you so much for the follow, right? You are buying regardless, right? Every single time you are buying. But what that does is it evens out, it averages out. So think about it, you bought something at, maybe you bought at 50, you bought at $50, you bought at $150, then you bought at $100. Yeah, this year. You bought at $50, you bought at $150, you bought at $100. In between, you realize that at the end of the whole thing, your average is going to be like $100, right? So which is going to still be lower than 150. And because you are investing long term, if that stock continues to grow all the way to $300, it means that you have 3x your money. If it goes to 10 times, $1,000, you 10x your money. That's where the wealth is actually, and that's why the multimillionaires and the billionaires invest that way, right? Because long term, you would see that you always win. You always win, right? I can tell you because I've tried both strategies. Try get rich quick scheme, day trading, penny stock, all of those things, and I lost 100,000, close to 100, short of 100,000. And I've tried this smart investing strategy through this ETF, and I've seen my money significantly grow. Actually built me wealth that I use for some of the capital to build a double-digit real estate portfolio, and I'm still putting my money again and again, right? Building wealth, right? Awesome. So it helps you to diversify your portfolio. It helps you to, grow your money, right? Because your bank is not growing your money. Your bank is taking money from you. And if you are just keeping it under your pillow and you're not putting it in the bank, what you see is that you are losing your money. You're losing your money to inflation at 3 to 5%. Depending on your country, depending on the city where you are, you're losing your money to inflation. Thank you all for tapping out. Let's keep tap. Thank you so much for that. Part 212. One of the other, so what are the mistakes in investing? And I'll tell you the step by step in terms of how do you buy ETF in your country, if you're in Europe, if you're in Canada, you're in Africa, because you can invest. This is a global training, right? It's the same thing across board in this particular training, right? One of the biggest mistakes people make, right, as an investor, you're in USA, great. Even if you're in Africa, you can invest here. You can invest in the United States. You can invest back in your country using the same strategy as well. And thank you all. Let's keep tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live, everyone. Let's tap it out. Let me know, is there any reason why we are not tapping out? Paco, Pi 212, Okpeyemi, Darlington, Lovershire, Faith Mariam, Mama J, Sodi. Some of us have been here for Illinois. Welcome, great, that's amazing. Yeah, I know some of us they've been here since I started, and I cannot see a single tap. Okay, is there anything keeping you? Let's tap, let's tap. It costs you nothing, right? And if you keep coming back again, there's no reason why you don't have your daily at me. It's 1 cent right there. 1 cent, right? 1 cent right there. And you also do go popular. I say this because it tells the algorithm there's no way, if you are just sitting here, there's no way algorithm will know that you find this information helpful or insightful if you don't do any of this. Daily admin tells you that, okay, you love this life, you find it helpful, and that is why, and they will push this life more, and more people gets to come here. Tropical Queen, welcome. Pi 212, welcome. And thank you all for sharing the life. Thank you all for tapping out the life. I mean, at times I go to some live that is just 3 people there. 3 people there, and they are at 50,000 taps, right? So and that's why I am being intentional now. I know a lot of time people are locked in. I know a lot of time. Thank you so much for your life minute 200 minutes by 212. A lot of time when it comes to investing, a lot of people are locked in and they just get carried away, and they've told me, Titi has told me, that I need to tell people more to tap, tap, tap. Please, it takes nothing from you, so that we can move from the D1 league, right? D1 league right there. Oh, great. Somebody just make a purchase on the smart investing. That is great. Congratulations. You just did that. So right there, you see the popular life. Let us push it to 10%. It's about your tap. It's about how you engage, ask questions. It's about your daily at me, right? Daily at me 1 cent. It's about the go popular. And that is how we push that. And when we get to a C league, you see more people in here. You see more people in here. It costs you nothing, right? It costs you 1 cent, 2 cents right there. That is how you are also blessing others when you do this, because lot of people, there's this knowledge gap. A lot of people want this information, but they don't know. But if you push it out there, then they will be able to know, and then they will come and learn this information. And just the same way you found me, maybe on TT, that on the FYP, that's the same way they will find this, because we'll be live there on the FYP, and then they would be able to come learn. So you are blessing others by you doing your daily at me right there, tapping out the life, and of course doing the go populars. Yeah, but even if you don't have to spend any coins, if you don't, it's okay. Just tap out the life. It costs you nothing, just your fingers, you tapping it, and as you're locked in. I do that for people every single time when I don't just sit in people's life, right? I just tap it all the way. Okay, so thank you all for tapping out the light. Having said that, so one of the main mistakes that people wait too long. People would say that, okay, I would start investing tomorrow. I say that every time. I want to start investing and all of that. That is one big mistake that people make, okay? Then trying to time the market, right? Oh, when is the market at the bottom? Then another big mistake. Just continue buying the same thing, dollar cost average, DCA, right? Dollar cost average, and continue to invest. Not being consistent. You invest one time, you put 10,000 one time and you leave it. No, do 10,000, but at the same time also be putting $50, $10 every single month from your paycheck. That is how it grows. Before you know it, guess what? It becomes a lot of money, because it is not just your money that is there. It is your when you put the money grows, okay? Because it's returning 18%, 12%, whatever. As it grows, remember, your money now increases. So let's assume you put 10,000, right? It becomes 12,000. Now the 12,000 is what is now the new principal that grows, right? That's the way it works. It's now your new baseline is going to be 12,000. If it now becomes 15,000, your new base is now 15,000, and it grows. And the same thing, if it's $100 or $50, that is how it grows. Your $100 become 120. Your 120 now becomes the new investment number, and then it grows again and again. All right. So not being consistent is another thing. If you're paying taxes, also pay yourself by investing. And also, so if you're really ready to learn about investing, or you're a beginner, you're too scared to start, and you want to do it the right way because you don't want to lose your hard-earned money, right? You don't want to lose your admin money. There is the step by step, which is number one. Okay, let me tell you the step by step. Okay, who wants to know the step by step? Let's tap it out to 10,000 so I can tell you the step by step on all of this. Step by step, because step number one, what you need to do, step number one is for you to open your account. That's the beginning step, right? Open your investment account. So somebody asked, I'm in Canada. If you're in Canada, Wealth Simple. Wealth Simple is for Canada, right? Or you can simply go on Google and just search where can I invest in S&P 500, where can I buy ETF? You will find the list right there. Wealth Simple in Canada. If you're in the US, there is Vanguard, Fidelity, Schwab's, Ameritrade. There is if you Bank of America, that's a Merrill Lynch and Merrill Edge with Bank of America. There is JP Morgan with Chase. There is Empower. There are quite a number of them. UAE. We need to check UAE. Let's see. Investment house for in UAE. Investment houses in UAE. Okay, let's see brokerage. Let's see. So if you're in Canada, it's Wealth Simple. In the US, I mentioned that. In the UK and Europe, there's Trading 212. Trading 212. Okay, there is I think Interactive Brokers. Here's the list. Okay, there is Dubai. There's the Dubai Financial Market, DFM. There is IC Market. There's ADCB Securities. There is Dubai Investment. So yes, in the US there is Robinhood. Yes, Robinhood. Yes, there is Robinhood. There is Webull in the US as well. There's Webull. Robinhood, Webull, all of those ones are more like online and that they've just been around for some time. So I would say that if you want to do your Roth IRA, do those big three like Fidelity Shops or Vanguard. Reason why, because your Roth IRA is going to be here for so long. So you want it to be like a standard, and just like your Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo. There's a reason why you bank with them, right? Just the same reason. They've been here, those three have been here for so long. And because you're putting investment there that's going to be there for another 20 for a long time, right? You want to have your Roth in that kind of environment versus a Robinhood that's just been around for less than a decade, or a Webull. Those ones you can use it for your your play money, your vacation money, your all those little money. You can put it in there. They are very interactive, good platform and all of that. But I will tell you, as I always say, I always tell you, protection first. Because I don't want any loose body in this day. But let's keep tapping out the life. Let's get to 10,000. Let's get to 10,000. Let's get to 10,000. Let's share the life one more time. Let's power share. Paco, Okpayemi, Darlington, Mama J. Let's tap out the life. Let's tap out the life. Let's tap out the light. For people in, I hope that answers your question, Abu Bakri. I hope that answers your question. If you are in, in Europe, there's Trading 212. If you're in Africa, there is Bamboo, right? I got everybody. There is Bamboo. There is Stanbic IBTC. There is Investment One. Or just simply go on Google, right? Go on Google and just figure, you would see it right there, just like I just checked on UAE. There's HSBC Security. That sound, I know HSBC, right? It's a bank, so there is HSBC Security for you there, Abu Bakari. I hope that answers your question. If you are still, Adeni, you're welcome, and welcome to the party. Subscribe, follow and subscribe if you haven't done that, right? If you haven't done that. So that is the starting point. Open your account. Right? First thing, open the account. And for those that you're asking all these questions, you don't even know where to get started. There is a training that is coming up. It's called the Smart Investing Workshop. It's a workshop, not a course, not a class. It's a workshop, because in that place you would you would start doing your investing. I'm not doing it. You'll be doing it yourself. Set it up, let the automation, all these things that I talk about, the consistency, all of that will be done right there, right? You will get all the list of this bank investment houses that I have, based on what my research, or you can simply go on Google and search and open it before the class. Because at the end of the class, the goal is for you to have your investment set up. So it's a workshop. I've told myself, everybody that meets me this year, you don't have any excuse. You will not have any reason to start investing, right? Every reason that people give me for not investing, I am eroding it this year. All right. That is why I'm scheduling this training, and it's going to be free, but registration is required. Free registration is required. Limited seats, limited spots. This is the second time I'm talking about limited seat, limited spot. So you want to get in so that you can set in your investment. And I say, I don't have money to invest $1. You can invest with $1. I may earn minimum wage, but do you pay taxes? If you pay taxes, then you still need to invest, because that's the only way you pay yourself. Only way you pay yourself, right? So and you will get the list of all these accounts. So you just need to open that account before the class, right? If you want to follow and you want to get the best out of it, open the account, right? And get everything ready ahead of the class, ahead of the workshop, because the workshop is hands-on, and then you follow the steps and you get it done. Set it up. You might decide not to touch it in 5 years, in 10 years, because it's going to be working like a clockwork. So far, you set up the automation right there. Okay, it's good. It's free, and for anyone that wants to, I would tell everyone that is here and you've never start investing, right here. You will find it right here on my page, right? Because registration is required, because we put structure and control right here. You find it right here. You click on nestyou.me. The class is filling up really fast, by the way. So it tells you open anyway or whatever, just to trick you on TikTok. You click on it, open anyway, and then you'll find it right here. Smart Investing Workshop, turn your income into real wealth, right? Your salary is not built in your wealth. It's what you do with it. That's when you click on it, right here, you'll see it's at $0. That is going to change in few days or in weeks, right? That's going to change. You would see that change, and it's free. Like you see, it's free training, and you click on it, buy access, it's $0 right there. Well, do not say I did not help you, and you do not. At least now you know that whatever excuse that you have, or whatever excuse that you've had in the past about investing, it's all on you right now, not on any other person, because now you have the opportunity to learn it for free, right? There's some people that join my real estate bootcamp, right? You can already give the feedback, because I teach you like I keep it as simple as possible. That's what I do. I keep it as simple as possible. What does this mean? Because I'm a professor, I teach AI and cybersecurity in the college as a doctor. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm Doctor of Technology and Business, and I help professionals build wealth the right way. I teach 4 pillars of wealth building, right? Trying to cover or close the gap between in the school curriculum about wealth building, right? That's what I'm trying to do, because you were taught to do one thing, how to earn income, right? Get a skill, doctor, lawyer, or whatever. That's what they teach you, but they don't tell you how to grow that money, right? Because they just tell you, take the money and you pay bills. That's what we were taught, but there's nothing in the curriculum that tells you, take this money and use it to turn it. How do you turn your income to $1 million? How do you turn your income to 10 million? Nobody teaches you that. And that is what this is all about. I'm a serial investor. I own and I manage double-digit real estate portfolio, as well as I also diversify into the stock market through the smart investing that I'm teaching you. So I'm not one of those people that tells you things. I tell you what I do, and then it's all up to you to either take it to build wealth. It is built me wealth, not just 1 million, multi. Okay, and I'm just sharing this knowledge with everyone. I'm a vice president of technology, so you'll see me talk about technology a little bit as well, right? That's my day job, and of course, like I said, I'm a professor that also teaches AI cybersecurity and teaches deep learning. I'm a chartered accountant and also an economist. Okay, so my doctorate is in business, right? Because I say this now because a lot of people come to question me at times, and I'm like, okay, do I need to provide my certificate? It's right up there. So I'm not one of those. Okay, so you can find it right there. You can definitely find it right there. And you invest in absolutely. So whenever I invest in Tech Paco, I invest in ETF for, and I mentioned it earlier. That's NASDAQ 100. If you have been following, I mentioned NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100. That is it. That is a top technology company. QQM. That is technology. Return 18 to 22%. However, that one is more risky. So, all of this is what I'm going to teach you in the class, right? Because you want to know which one should you put 50%? What is the percentage should you put? If you like energy, right? You want to have energy ETF, you want to have real estate ETF, you want to, which one should you, or you want to have the entire US stock market. We talk about all of that in class. So, you have $100 that you want to be invested every single quarter or every single paycheck. How should you distribute that? Should you just put it in S&P 500? But in the class, we'll be able to talk about this. In the workshop, we'll be able to talk about it, like, are you in your, so like, if you're in your 20s and between your 20s and your 30s, you should put your portfolio this way. If you're in your 40s, it should be this way, and you're in your 50s and your 60s, you're closer to retirement. So you need to think about and then also think about your risk tolerance. Are you high risk? Are you medium? Are you low risk? Those are the things that we're going to be talking about, even amongst what we're talking about, which is the ETF, which already spread your risk, helps you to diversify your portfolio, minimize your risk. Remember, here, I'm not get rich quick scheme. I am long-term investing. I talk about long-term investing, and I talk about how you don't lose your principal. Because if you lose your principal, then, it doesn't even make sense. Stephanie, welcome. Darlington, thank you for sharing the live. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Thank you for tapping out the live. So basically, ensure that this training, right? Basically, thank you for the daily at me, and let's tap out the live. Let's get into 10,000. Okay, somebody just made the purchase again. Congratulations. You just secured your plus spot. Like I said, it is free. It is free, but registration is required. The spots are very limited, and it's already closing up. I just started about today, and trust me, a lot of people that were in my class that were in the real estate boot camp, you can say that was 2 days. It was free, right? It was free at the point, and those people are already getting their own. So everybody's taking this. Say, once the class is full. I just started talking about it today. So go and get it right there. Go and get it right there. And I always say this, ETF, right? ETF will help you grow your money, right? It helps you, how do I put it? It's for beginners. And this is, you see the title, Investing for Beginners. Thank you so much for the follow. So if you're also making the purchase, make sure you subscribe, you follow, and also go on my YouTube channel. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Subscribe there as well, right? There's so many resources. As a matter of fact, part of the requirement once you make the registration is for you to go watch a long form video there, because it's going to get you started, right? It's going to get you started. It's going to be a prerequisite for the class. So you can as well just go and, subscribe to the channel. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. On IG too, I am Money Talk with Dr. Lina. It's not going to be here, so it's not going to be on a live like this. It's going to be on Zoom. It's going to be on May the 2nd. May the 2nd, so you have at least a whole almost 10 days, right? So you can adjust your schedule. It's going to be 12 noon Central Time. 12 noon Central Time. And for people that just joined, it's the Smart Investing Workshop, and I'm going to show it one more time. For people that just joined, you'll find it. It's here. I'm Akwe. Welcome. Yeah, so you see it right here. You see nestyou.me. You click on it and then you click on, okay, open anyway. Click on it. All right, another person just made the purchase. Congratulations, you just secured your spot. And then you find it out right here. Smart investing workshop, turn your income into wealth, right? Because if all you're doing is your income, you're using to spend your all you do with it is you use it to pay bills. You keep working to pay that bills till 65. Do. Even at 65, after that, you still work at Walmart and then you would do till you retire and die, right? Working till that's not a life of purpose, right? That is not a life of purpose. So you click on it. If you click on it, if it's going to click, you see it right here and he has it right there. Right there is $0. Trust me, this is going to change in the next couple of weeks. So take it now, the opportunity, limited spot, and come and learn how to. It will tell you everything about the training, right? Invest the right way, build asset, right? It is just it's a workshop. So it's a workshop. It's not it's a workshop. So be ready. Come with your laptop. If you know that you cannot be there, it's May 2nd, 12 noon Central Time, so 1 p.m. Eastern Time, right? If you will not be there, please do not register. Do not take the spot away from other people, right? Don't take, because like I said, we have limited spot, and once that spot is filled, and then I probably will not do this training again. And if I get to do the training again, you have to pay for it. So this is the time I'm doing the free training. Invest the right way, build asset, generate income, the exact wealth order. If you earn income but you still feel financially stuck, is for you. You want to start investing but you don't know where to begin. You save money but aren't still real growth, right? You are ready to stop relying only on paycheck. This is for you, right? This is for you. And you're learning from somebody with a double-digit real estate portfolio, double digits in terms of investing portfolio as well. Whatever that is, right? Double-digit investment portfolio as well. That is who you're learning from. And I'm just using the strategy. It's an open strategy, but this one is more of hands-on and execution, right? Enough of us saying, I will do procrastination. This will end that procrastination. Thank you, Paco. And can we get it to 10,000? Can we even get it 20,000 taps today? Let's get it to 20,000. I know that we are trying to get the spot, secure your spot for the smart investing workshop, but let's keep tapping out the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. We have quite a lot of people. Can we all tap all the live? At least 1,000 taps for each person. And then you share the live. Okpayemi, Paco, Darlington, Kingston, Faith, Stephanie, Mama J, Messi, Ajay. Yeah, like, can we tap out the live? If at least do 1,000 taps. At least do 1,000 taps. Do 1,000 taps, and do not forget to subscribe to my channel. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Now is your opportunity. Take this opportunity to learn. And by the way, I also did a training. Okay, so back to this class. So for this particular thing, right, that I just talked about, the first thing for you is to open your account, your investment account. In the US, I've mentioned where, right? If you enroll for this workshop, you would also get an email with the list of the banks. So you're supposed, not bank, brokerage firm, which you can go and choose from. You can also Google, or if you already have your account, just have it ready, because like I said, it's hands-on, so you can follow it step by step in class and get it set up. I'm not going to be the one to invest on your behalf. And by the way, never give your money to anybody to invest on your behalf. Never do that, right? Save your money. You work too hard for your money. So once you have the account open, the next thing that you want to do is fund the account. Basically, fund it. $1, $100, $10,000, whatever. Or link your account where every single month they're deducting a certain amount from your paycheck, like you're paying your taxes, you're paying yourself like a clockwork, and then it deducts it every month, and then it makes the purchase on your behalf based on what you set up. So that is the second step. Then the third step in the whole thing is that set it up to be consistent. Remember, I said consistency is key. Consistency is key. And once you set it up like that, it keeps running. And then the last thing is that just look away. Just look from at it from time to time. Do not sell. Do not panic sell. So far, you know what you're buying, right? You're buying the top United States. You're buying the top NASDAQ. You're buying 1,000 entire US stock market. Even if it goes down, don't let your money be dumb money. And by the way, let's keep tapping out the life. Is there a reason why whenever you get into finance, whenever you get to anything personal finance, and I see this, it's not just my life, they do it with Alex on the budget as well. They do it, with a whole lot of people as well. When it comes to financial literacy, financial education, is it that you are locked in or what? Is there a reason why we don't have the life? But if you are on something that is less serious or something, people will keep tapping out the life, and they'll keep. Is there a reason? Or you don't just like my face? Or you think I have too much money then for you to be tapping out the life? Whenever I say tap out the life, it's not about the money. It's just about getting some more people, putting us on the FYP so that we can have more people. Whenever I ask for likes, or whenever I ask for invite more people, invite your friends, it's because the effort that I'm using to teach 10 people, I can use the same effort to push to teach 100 people. And unfortunately, when it comes to TikTok, right, can you see it right there? For you to move from one league to the C, you move it. For those that don't know, whenever you're just sitting and you're just enjoying, you're not doing anything, it just shows that, it doesn't show that you're there. It doesn't show that you are finding it interesting, even though you are here for the whole 30 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hours that I'm here. If you're just sitting there, you don't get your daily at me, you don't do anything, you are just enjoying it, you are taking notes, you're not helping the life, and you're not helping others, you're not, and that's why TikTok told me that I need to let people know, right? Maybe I'm not talking about it enough. So I just want to understand, is there a reason why you're not tapping out this life right now? Because it doesn't cost you anything, it just costs you your fingers. I know, right? I know. Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything, right? You're learning, just tap it. That's how you can give back. And that's how you can, and the Go Populars costs 1 cent. 1 cent is what it costs, and you can find it right here, right? Right here, right there. Or you can find it up there, right? And the Go Popular, so you see that little thing it just shows that you're a fan of here and you're enjoying what we're doing right here. You find it valuable, it costs you 1 cent as well. You don't have to do it, but if you do it, it's much appreciated because it tells the algorithm that you like this life, you find it valuable, and all of that. And you see all of these different goals that is here as well. Those are all the things that you can also do. You're thinking of how to support, you're thinking of how to make this community grow. That is it right there, right? And of course, you following as well, it's another way to say you're learning. You are, I see people here 10 minutes, a whole hour they're here, they still do not react, right? I like you coming in, I still love you either ways, but can we just tap out the life? Let's get it to let's just get some more people in here, right? Share the life. So those are the 4 things, right? Number 1, like I said, open the account, any of those brokerage account. Number 2, right, is you fund the account. Number 3 is for you to set up the automation like a clockwork so that it drives consistency. And number 4 is just look away, right? Let the compounding do the job. Grow your money, grow your wealth silently. Grow your wealth silently, okay? Grow your wealth silently. So you still and just to show it again for you to get the and thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you all for tapping out the live. For you, I'm going to show it one more time. I'm going to show it one more time. And once we get to 10,000, I'm going to show it one more time. One more time so we can figure it, you can learn it, you can. And then I teach 4 pillars of wealth. I teach 4 pillars. And let's keep tapping out. Let's get it to 10,000. Darlington, thank you so much for tapping out the live. P5, thank you for tapping out the live. Paco Opeyemi, thank you for tapping out the live. Darlington, Kensington, thank you for tapping out the live. Stephanie, thank you for tapping out the live. Mama JG's, thank you for tapping out the live. We're trying, let's get it to 20,000 each person. If you can do 10,000 likes, that would be absolutely amazing. And if you can just power share, how do you power share? Here, my forehead on the screen, push it. That's the only time you're allowed to push it. Push it, then you see your contact, and then you share with them, right? You share with people on your contact list is going to come up, and you can share with them. And at the same time, for those that you're wondering, daily at me, Tammy, welcome. Daily at me, you'll find it right up there or down here. You would see it costs you a penny for that, a cent, right? Or basically go popular as well is another way as well that you can. All right, because we're trying to move from this popular life that you see here. We want to get to the 10%. All right, so that we can also go to the C league, right? So the algorithm can push more people here. All right, so I teach 4 pillars of wealth building, right? 4 pillars. And if you follow these 4 pillars, you are going to build wealth. No way you would not build wealth. Number one, which I mentioned earlier, which is it starts with your what? Your income. That's the first pillar, right? Because I have a whole curriculum when it comes to wealth building, and be on the lookout for the Wealth Building Academy. Wealth Building Academy, that is also coming up. Happy man, thank you for the follow, and thank you for tapping out the live, sharing the live, and of course getting your daily at me, and of course the Go Populars. So I have a whole curriculum, and the curriculum is the Wealth Building Academy, which is going to be taught sometime in June. Thank you so much for that, Happy man, for the daily at me, right? Thank you so much for that, right? So it's a Wealth Building Academy. It's into 4 pillars. I teach 4 pillars, 4x4. That's what it is called, 4x4. The first one is the 4 pillars. One which is it talks about your income. It starts with your income. Never despise your income. Here we talk about how can you grow your income, because the goal is for you here is for you to get to your 6-figure income, right? Either by you supplementing your income or by you getting additional skill without going back to college to paying so much incurring college debt, right? We talk about that. That is number one. Thank you so much for the roses, Happy man, right? That's number one. It starts with your skill. Why is your skill important? The skill is important because a lot of times, except you win, you are a trust kid, you have your parent left you inheritance, or you want a jackpot. It always starts with your income. Thank you so much for tapping out the live, right? It starts with your income. So your income is your wealth building tool. Is a tool, right? Is your tool, is your starting point. But guess what? A lot of time you might now say that, okay, but when people have income, how come they don't build wealth, right? That's because what we were taught is take the income and fund lifestyle, and that's where it stops, and that's where people don't build wealth. Instead of you following it through to the next pillar, right? The next pillar is smart investing. Thank you for liking, and thank you for the follow. Yeah. This next thing is, instead of you just using it to fund the bills and those lifestyle. Gregory, Mr. Gregory, how are you? So it's been with your selflessness in LP community. I would love to. The awesome Mr. Gregory, I'd love to. He is retired at the age of 52 or 53, right? He is a part of this community, and it's also teaching wealth building using the same strategy that I've talked about. He has lived it, right? And is now retired, right? Even at 52. So retirement, I always say that retirement is not a number, right? It is not 65, it is not 67. Retirement is when your income, your asset, your cash flowing asset, or your cash flow can actually return, you can replace your income, your earned income, right? When your ownership can actually replace your earnings, right? What you get from your income, trading time for money. Your asset is now the one that is trading. You are trading your money for money, right? Versus you trading your time for money. Once you are able to get that is retirement, right? That is retirement. That's where a lot of people, they think is 65, 67. But if all that you do is you take your income and fund the lifestyle, you realize that your retirement will be even beyond 65, beyond that 67. You would realize that. However, what should you do? Go when you get that income, take some of it, fund the bills, but then use some of it for pillar two, which is the smart investing that I talk about. Smart investing helps you with diversification, protection of your money, and of course, growth of your money. It's easy to enter, easy entry, easy to manage, no stress at all. Used by the multimillionaires and the billionaires. It's simply index funds and ETFs. You being able to grow your money in such funds. If you want to learn how to do that, it's one of my pillars, right? One of the pillars, and that's why I teach this. It is called, I have the Smart Investing Workshop on May the 2nd. You can get it on TikTok. I'll show you one more time. Registration is required, is free, right? I give free stuff, right? But registration is required. You find it. This is my bio on TikTok, and you find it on YouTube as well for the YT as well. You click on nestyou.me right there, and you click on open anyway. If it takes you there, you will find it right here. Smart Investing Workshop. You would see it right there. Click on it. It's $0. You register right there. It is $0, but of course registration is required. Note that once the class is full. It's May the 2nd, 12 Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, but you will get all the time. Register once the class is full. Please do not come back to tell me that, oh, Dr. Lina, please open the spot. I mean, I would not, it's not going to happen, right? You have all of the time right now, and you want to register early. Do not procrastinate. Register early because there are some requirements. You want to open your account. It's a workshop, not a class. It's not like the real estate boot camp. It's not. This one, it's hands-on. By the time you're done in the class, you should be able to come out with your investment portfolio, basically. So you are getting a $1,000 value, or call it 10,000, what your managed accounts, whatever, what they do for you, that's what you're getting based on. That's what we're going to talk about. You're going to be choosing it yourself. It's not me. I'm just going to guide you to tell you this is this, this is this. Then it's you to make choices. So I get to teach you. Then you will take your personal decision on what you do. Then you also have automation set up. So that is it right there. Click on it and get your spot right now. It's already filling up. Once it's filled up, it is filled up right there. Filled up right there. And then that is smart investing. You're investing in like an S&P 500, returning 8 to 12% in the past 30 years, 40 years, averagely, right? Last year, returned 18%. To bring you to perspective, your Bank of America, Chase, or Wells Fargo give you 0.01%. Gregory said, I want to teach our community to do the same, experience and financial independence. That's it. It's not, a lot of time whenever we say wealth, we're not talking about money. Wealth is financial freedom, living life at your own terms. That's it. Money is just a tool, right? So look at Gregory, check him out. Like I said, retired at 52. That means he knows what he's doing. So just check it out. And if he follows your vibe or whatever, definitely, follow him and see what he's doing right there. He comes here as well every time and he shares knowledge. And let's keep tapping out the life. Let's get it to 10,000. Now let's get it to 15,000. Let's get it to 15,000. I know we are all locked in. I know we are getting you are getting the access to your workshop and all of that. I know we're doing that, but let's keep tapping out. Okpayemi, Darlington, Kirsten, Kingston, Stephanie, Gregory, G's. Let's keep tapping out the life. I know we are locked in, but let's keep tapping out the life. Goal is to let's get to 15,000. Let's get to 15,000. Let's get to 15,000. So thank you so much for tapping out the life. And if you're not getting your daily admin, get your daily admin right there. Let's get your daily admin. It costs you 1 cent. And of course, you would be able to know when I'm live. You would the algorithm will also push things like this to you, which is much beneficial, showing that you're interested in financial literacy, and all of those wealth building kind of things, right? And then it helps other people to come to this life as well. Thank you all for tapping out the life. So if you can get it to 20,000, that would be absolutely amazing, right? Titi has told me I need to say this every single time, right? Just so we can get to the FYP, right? We're trying to get the league from D1 top 80% to 10% if we can. That would be absolutely amazing so that we can get to the C League and move from there and have more people so that TT can actually prioritize us. Right there. So that is the second thing. Smart investing is the second thing that I push, right? I mean that I teach. My second pillar. First is income. Two is the smart investing. That's why and everything that I'm talking about, I teach it, right? I teach it, right? And you so that you will not have any excuse, right? I teach it, right? Aside of the life, I actually have a whole course that is teaching it. Like I said, it's a curriculum because I am a doctor and I'm also a professor. So it just tells you I have to make a structure and you can always go back to it. So the Smart Investing Workshop, May 8th on this May 2nd, right there, 12 noon Central Time. You free, but registration is required. You find the link in the bio and you will be able to register. The other pillar that I talk about is real estate. So think about it. It starts with your income. You save some of your income, use some of it to fund depreciating lifestyle, but you take majority of it and you put it towards assets. Smart investing is ETF. It starts, that's the number one. Then number two, investing that I put my money into is real estate. Reason why I talk about why I start with ETF. ETF is beginners, right? Like we're talking about today. It's for beginner because with $1 you can invest. But when it comes to real estate, it requires down payment. It requires at least 3.5% or 3 to 5%. If you are using FHA loan, it requires that. And then it requires you to have some credit, right? Except you have the cash, you also want to use the bank, leverage, right? But guess what? Out of all of this, real estate pays you so well. Real estate pays you in 6 different ways. 6 different ways is what real estate pays you, right? That is why it is called the wealth engine. And that is why the multimillionaires and the billionaires have it in their portfolio, right? It has to be real estate. And you will understand the reason why. That's because it pays you in 6 different ways. ETF will pay you. The max you can get with ETF is going to be 2, right? And that is going to be dividend ETF, basically, right? But when it comes to real estate, it pays you in 6 different ways. Number one is cash flow. You are using the tenant pays you, right, the rent, and then you are paying the bank the mortgage. The difference between the rent that you get and the mortgage on the house is cash flow, right? 2,000 minus 1,500, for example, 500 right there is cash flow that goes into your pocket. The second payment that you get is every single time that you pay that 1,500 to the bank, that is what you are reducing your mortgage and you are gaining equity. So the second paycheck is equity. This equity is not locked in there. It's not locked in there. A lot of people always say, oh, you know what, but I'm paying the mortgage, but guess what? The money is right there. I cannot take it out. Absolutely not. You can definitely take the money out you can do cash out refinance, you can do ELOC, and you can use that money to pay for your kids' education, use it to buy another property, but ensure that you don't use it to buy as liability. Don't go and use it to buy a car. Don't go and use it to buy a purse or whatever. You don't do that because it's a loan, right? You can't take money from your asset and go and fund liability. It has become very popular to find owner financing. Where you do not deal with bank, yes. So there is also creative financing. Hey, Bonnie, welcome. You also do you can do creative financing where the seller, right, is motivated enough and is now the bank. You don't need the bank, right? Right there. Those are different strategies that you can use. Bullet, hello, welcome. How are you? And thank you for the follow. I never knew you haven't followed me. Thank you for thank you for tapping out the live and getting it to 20,000 today. Let's keep tapping out the live. I know we are all locked in that we have heard about 6 paychecks, right? We've heard about 6 paychecks. Yes, owner financing. So it's a form of creative financing, right? It's one of those strategies when it comes to creative financing. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Thank you for doing that. Let's get to 20,000 tonight. And we're talking about investing. Today it's about smart investing. It's about the Smart Investing Workshop, May the 2nd, right? How you can invest without losing your money through diversification, continuous, through diversification, consistency, automation, all of that, something that has returned averaging 8 to 12%, at least 8% in the past 20, 30, 40 years, right? So you can, where the multimillionaire puts their money. But then now we're talking about my 4 pillars, my 4x4, right? 4x4, the curriculum, the wealth curriculum that I've built that is helping so many of my clients, helping a lot of people. So the first one is income. We talked about smart investing. Now is real estate. Real estate pays you in 6 different ways, and this is the wealth engine. Out of all of these things that we're talking about, is the wealth accelerator. Equity is, whenever you pay you pay the bank, right? It reduces your mortgage, right? Every single time you reduce your mortgage, you get more equity in that particular property, which you can take out through e-lock, through cash out refinance, and other strategies. And then you can use it to buy other assets. That is BRR strategy right there. You buy, you rehab, you refinance, and you repeat the rent, refinance, repeats the whole process all over again. Okay. That is another. Equity is the second one. The third one is appreciation. Just like the rule of 72 when it comes to smart investing, that your money doubles every 7 years, right? With real estate, your property doubles every 10 years. That's if you buy it right. As a matter of fact, Olebs that came in here, she has a property in Dallas, and our property doubled in 7 years. The property that we bought in 2017, it's doubled in 8 years, less than 9 years, because it's going to be 9 years in July 2026, right? In few months, and it has already doubled its value. So that is what real estate can do for you. What does this mean? If you bought the property 200,000, now it has become, in less than 10 years, it becomes 400,000. Guess what? You are getting cash flow. You are reducing, somebody else is paying the mortgage, and that is how you get your money. Developer Wale, how are you? I hope you enjoyed the training. I saw you in day 1, but I don't know what happened with you in day 2. I don't know. Were you engaged, right? Did you get an engagement? I hope you found the training, the real estate bootcamp, insightful. Yeah, I see everyone that comes in through. I see them, trust me. And that's when I tell you that some people will stay 1 hour here and they don't tap out the life. It doesn't cost you anything, right? No, it's okay. You don't have to be sorry. If you missed it, you can still you would find the bootcamp, but it's just that you're going to pay for it now. You got it for free. You were busy. But I mean, as a matter of fact, you can get it right now. You can find it on the page. I'm going to show you so you don't miss anything. I know that you were very passionate. You were asking questions, and I hope you got in touch with your realtor about all of those things that not your realtor, your mortgage firm, about all of those questions that we talked about in class. All right, I hope you find it insightful. Maybe you put it in the comment here, because we're doing the smart investing workshop in 2 weeks, on May the 2nd, right? So you don't want to miss that. I hope you're not busy for that. So put in the comment, was it good? Was it bad? Was it great? Just put in the comment, at least you did day 1. I know you asked questions. James, thank you for the follow. And I'm going to show how you're going to, how to get and let me show it right now again for people that are just joining. You will go here. It's a smart investing workshop, May 2nd. It's a workshop, not like a class like the bootcamp. No, it's not. This one is different. It's a workshop. It's very hands-on. By the time you're done, you should have everything set, everything scheduled, right? Every of your investment, your ETFs, and all of that. That's why there's a prerequisite for you to get in, or a requirement. Once you register, you get an email to open your investment account. It has all of the listing right there, so that you open the account in preparation for the class. You need to come with your laptop, get ready, and get it done. Set it once and for all. So you find it here, nestyou.me. You click on it, open anyway, and of course you find it right here. Right now you see it is at $0. Smart investing workshop, turn your income into real wealth. That's it. Click on it. We have limited seats available, just like the real estate bootcamp. When it was closed, it was done, right? Once the seats are full, it is full. So you want to take your spot right now and get registered for the class. It's going to be on Zoom. It's not just TikTok, so you might see maybe 12 people here. I have a larger community on Instagram, on IG, and I also have on YouTube, which they are also here on the other side, by the way. So you don't want to miss out on the training, on the smart investing workshop. Remember, whenever I'm talking, I'm not, if you, even if you are doing real estate, you want to start, if you are just start with your, it starts with your income, right? Income, then your capital that you are building, right? Towards your down payment, it goes into your ETF to grow it. And then once you have your down payment, you put it into real estate. Okay. So that's it right there. And developer Wale and every other person, I'm talking about real estate right now, and I'm going to get into here. If you you would see this is how you also buy that as well. That's how you buy that as well. So great. So real estate is the third one that, and I'm going to go quick now. You have equity, you have equity, you have cash flow, you have appreciation. The money doubles every 10 years. Your property doubles every 10 years, or even lower than 10 years. That is you increasing your money, increasing your wealth, doubling it every 10 years. On top of the cash flow, on top of the equity, right? Then on top of that, and let's keep tapping out. Like, can we get it to 20,000? Can we tap it out to 20,000? Can each of us at least tap out 1,000? It doesn't cost you anything. It's just your fingers as we are locked in. Okwemi, Darlington, Gregory, Bullet, developer Wale, All Frank, Time Precious, geez. Can we tap it out? It doesn't cost you anything. It just taps. I know we are all locked in. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's keep tapping out the life. 1,000 each, that would be amazing. And we will get to 20,000 right there. And hopefully it brings us up all the way on the league as well, on the D1 league. Awesome. So having said that, so equity, appreciation, what's the other one? Appreciation, cash flow. Then the next one is tax benefit. I was just showing, I was filing my taxes, and I did show the list of what you can claim in terms of taxes. So whenever you're saying, oh, interest rate is right, you can claim that as to reduce your taxes. That's an expense. Repairs on the property, you can claim that. Travels, right? If it relates to that real estate, you can claim that. What was the other thing? Cleaning, transportation. So whenever you see me, Alfred, thank you for the follow. Whenever you see me do those inspections, maybe you saw it on my page, the video that I had when I did some of the inspection of the properties, the periodic inspection, you would see whenever all those transportation that you see from moving from one house to the other, I claim it as taxes. Cleaning of the house, I claim it. Vacancy, eviction, legal fees. As a matter of fact, the professional fees, right? So if you buy a class or you buy a course that relates to that relates to real estate, you can claim it as for your taxes next year. So I tell everyone that. So you see, if you buy this course right here, right? This is the real estate bootcamp. That's part of the Wealth Building Accelerator. If you buy it, it's $99.99. Before it was $39.99, increased to $69.99. Now it's $99.99. People are still buying it, right? If you buy it, that receipt of the $99.99, keep it, and it falls under professional fees, and you can claim it as a tax deductible, right? You claim it as tax deductible, and so it's zero cost to you, but you get a lot of education, and of course build double digits in terms of millions of dollars. That is basically not a million, millions of dollars, depending on how you handle it. That's how much real estate. Remember, I do not say this about smart investing, right? Because it's a beginner, right? But when it comes to real estate, then we are talking about real wealth building strategy, right? Because remember, cash flow, appreciation, equity. Now we talked about tax benefit. That's why the multimillionaires and the billionaires, that is why they have a lot of their money in real estate, right? That's why they have a lot of money in real estate. Yeah. And let's keep tapping out the life. Let's tap out the life. Can we tap out the life while I talk about the remaining three? Let's get it. So let's tap it out to 15,000, right? Let's tap it out to 15,000 while I tell you the remaining three. So we talked about, the remaining two, right? The remaining two. Let's tap out the life. Let's tap out. It costs you nothing, just costs you your fingers. And I always ask the question, why is it that whenever you get to finance, wealth building or whatever, you guys never tap? You think that, oh, these people are so rich, you don't need to tap. It's not about the money. It's more about the algorithm, right? It's more basically about the algorithm. Rivana, welcome. Evening, welcome. Yeah, it's about the algorithm, because you can't pay the algorithm, right? It shows that whenever you tap And it's not just about me. Whenever you go into anybody's life, when you tap the life, it shows that you find value, right? You have found value in this life, and that's why you're just tapping out the life, right? And if you do daily at me right there, up there, it costs you 1 cent, or right down here, if it costs you 1 cent, but it just shows that, oh, I value this, I'm a fan, I love this life, and I love things about wealth building. They will push it, algorithm will push that more into you to say, oh, this person loves something like this, then it comes more on your way, right? And then it pushes the life in itself into the FYP, just the same way you have found me, right? Or through other means, that's the same way you go. We have more people. Trust me, with this, a lot of people have the knowledge gap when it comes to financial, financial literacy. I was with a client, one-on-one consultation, and this person makes about $14,000, but guess what? She's still in a lot of debt, even though her bills are really little, right? And that's because, and when we were doing the consultation, she literally said, wow, wow, wow. I can't even believe it, right? And guess what? She's going to be debt free in less than 2 months. That's, in less than 2 months, debt free. And on top of that, she will start building well. We already built a plan in by summer, she will buy her first real estate property, because that's how much she makes, because her bills are super low, and she is able to keep so much more that she is able to get a down payment for the first property within 3 months. Okay, within the it's going to be in summer, so sometime in August, right, towards the end of summer, because debt is going to be paid off in 2 months. Okay, so those are the things that we teach here, how to build wealth. It's not your fault we were not taught. Let's keep tapping out the life, guys. Let's do that. Right? Is it that you do not love this? Right? Let's tap out, show some love. Let's tap out the life. Let us tap out the life, and I talk about the next two, right? Let us tap out the life. Let us tap out the life. Evening, thank you so much for tapping out the life. Let's get it to 15,000. If everyone is tapping it and put 1,000 each, we will get to 20,000 shortly, right? This is not me. Everybody knows that in my life, I just talk and I teach, and that's it. I never talk about tap out, but Titi is telling me that I need to tell everybody to tap out the life, to react, to comment, right? Comment, tap out the life, so that we can get more attention, right? Yeah, thank you so much. Let's keep tapping it. I know we are all locked in. I know we have the pen, but just as you have the pen, just also be tapping out the life. Don't just take it. And if you can also power share, touch the front end, the by forehead on the screen, you see all of your contact right there. Then share them, come and also enjoy. Let them, and don't just be the only one, right? Enjoying all of this or learning all of this, right? Get your daily at me up there. Your daily at me costs you 1 cent. If you have Go Popular as well, Go Popular helps those life as well. Push it on the FYP. We're trying as much as possible to get to the FYP so that we get, everybody knows me. If you have known me, you will know that one thing I love is adding value. I don't want to be somewhere that I don't add value. If I'm not adding value, I'm sure you're not going to be here, right? I know you're not going to be here. So let's tap out the live. Let's show some love. And as well, go to my YouTube, after this live, go to my YouTube and my Instagram. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Subscribe as well, right? Just show that, okay, you're part of Dr. Lina, right? Don't you love me, right? I love you, even if you don't love me. And for you to be here, be stuck here for 30 minutes for this boring topic on wealth building, and you're here and not dancing, I'm not playing music, but you're still here, it shows that you're ready to take your finances to the next level and you want to be a part of this community. Soccer Boy, welcome. And let's keep tapping out the live. Let's get it to 20,000. Let's do 1,000 taps each and get it to 20,000. Cost you nothing, just your fingers. Right there. And if you haven't follow. Do not sleep on it. The Smart Investing Workshop is on the 2nd of May. Right there. It's free, but registration is required. It's a workshop. It's hands-on workshop right there. Okay. So great. So I talked about, we're on the third pillar that I talk about. Number 1 is your income. 2 is smart investing. So you learn everything from the Smart Investment Workshop. Number 3, the third pillar, is the real estate, right? That pays you 6 different ways equity, cash flow appreciation, tax benefit, and of course, using other people's money, like creative financing that Mr. Gregory talked about. Creative financing is one way, or you use the bank money, you use the tenant's money, you use the IRS money. That's the only time you use the government's money, right? That's the only time, right? And you use it to earnest wealth, right? You want to learn how to do that, you will find it in the real estate bootcamp. I have the training for every single thing because they are pillars to build wealth. And then the sixth thing, right? So I said six, right? So it is. I talk about using other people's using other people's money, and then the last one is leverage, right? If you want to buy ETF, you better have if you want to buy 200,000 worth of ETF, you better have that $200,000 in your account for you to make the purchase, right? But when it comes to real estate, it's the other way around. Just wait. $10,000, $12,000, you can buy a property of $250,000. That's including closing costs. That's including down payment. That's all that you need to buy your first rental property using an FHA loan, 3 to 5%, provided by the government, right? Right there, you don't need to explain too much. Once you have your credit, once you have your credit, and once you have your credit, and of course you have your down payment right there, boom, you get the property. If you are buying an investment property, 20% is all that you need, and you get your property fully right there. That's it. Or you don't even, at times you might not use your credit. You only need your down payment. And there are ways for you to also get your down payment as well. If you don't have that down payment, there are ways around it, right? You don't have good credit, there are ways around it, right? So those are the ways. Real estate is a way for you to actually, it's called a wealth engine for a reason, and a wealth accelerator. So those are the three pillars. So it starts with your income. You put your when you're building your down payment. So it's a flow, it's a system. So a lot of time people would say, so which one should I start for? I say, no, you don't need to pick and choose. It's a system rather than picking. Let them choose it. It's a system. Income first. Take some of the money, right? Put it into ETFs. Buy exchange traded funds. You are using it to build your capital. With your $1, you can start, build it to your down payment of your 12,000 or whatever. Then you go and buy your real estate. Your real estate will start giving you cash flow. Once you have your cash flow, now you have your income again. You have your cash flow. That is additional stream of income. Now you have two sources of income. Your normal income, your paycheck, but then you also have cash flow from your real estate. That is more money. And then you do it again. Then if it took you 12 months for a down payment for a property before, now it's going to take you 10 months. And that's how you build your wealth. That is how you build your portfolio. Now, guess what? In how many years you get to become, we have 1 million in terms of asset, right? Asset. Yes, you use leverage, right? With a down payment of 250,000, you control 1 million in terms of asset. But guess what? You start paying it off, because now the asset is giving you cash flow. The tenant is the one paying your loan, right? That your 750,000 is the tenant that is paying it. And of course, since you are making income, you can accelerate the journey faster. Put all your income towards paying it off. Once you pay it off, think about it. If you have 5 properties giving you at 200,000 each, giving you rent of 2,000 every single month, fully paid off, that is $10,000. $10,000 every single month. That is $120,000. That is the 6-figure salary that you are trading your time for. 40 hours every single month, every single week, right? That is the only thing that is keeping you away. This whole strategy is keeping you away from you building, from taking, remember, it's financial freedom. Money is not the goal. Financial freedom is your goal. Getting the same money, but not having to trade your time for money. Gregory, everyone that is in the military and first-time home buyer should be encouraged to buy a home. No, absolutely, because with the VA loan, which is the one for the military, they even get the interest, your down payment is even way lower. Way lower. So you do not have, and there are some other strategies. I don't even have 5,000. I don't have 6,000. I don't have 4,000. There are strategies where you can use, right, that you can definitely use to to invest with zero out of your pocket. I don't have good credit. There are strategies. Trust me, there are strategies that you can use to still buy a home. Literally, right? Literally. Can I invest in your platform oh, absolutely. You can invest in smart, not my platform. This is not my platform. It's just the stock market, right? Stock market. If you are in Africa, James, if you are in Africa, you can definitely you can open Bamboo, right? You can open Bamboo and you can buy your stocks. You can buy your ETF on Bamboo. You can, the Stanbic IBTC, there is investment one. There is so many of this, or just go on Google. If you want, if you're talking about the smart investing, go on the smart investing workshop, right? The training that I talked about, you find the link in my bio, you see it right here. It's $0, but you just, registration is required. You would find it right there. Register and all of these things, all of where you need to, which accounts for Africa, you find it right there. In Canada, you find it right there. In the Europe, you find it all right there. So register so that you can get, I believe, you know, you asking this question already shows that you are a beginner investor, which is fine. So you ask a good question, but go and get the workshop so that you can accelerate your investing journey. What the workshop is going to do for you is what you want to learn and figure out yourself, you know, and it's taking you weeks and, you know, to get started. You can get it done in one day in that workshop. That is the goal, right? That is the goal. Enough of excuses. I want to invest. I don't know how. I want to invest. It's difficult. This is it for you. Eken, I welcome here. And let's keep tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. Let's get to 15,000. Thank you all for tapping out the live. I know we are locked in. I'll be rounding up in another 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and let's get it to 20,000. If all of us are tapping out 1,000 taps, right? It costs you nothing. 1,000 taps, we will get to 20,000. Let's do that. Let's do that. Can we do that, guys? Can we do that? Can we do that? I bet we can. I bet we can. I bet we can. It costs you nothing. It just costs you your fingers. Just tapping away. I bet we can. Alpha Bio, welcome. And can we tap out and share the live? Let's tap out the live. Let's tap out the live. Okay? Can we do that? Can we get to 15,000? Can we get to 15,000 taps, guys? Can we get to 15,000 taps? Paco, Okwemi, Darlington, Gregory, Alfred, G's, Alpha Bio. Can we get to 20,000 taps? I guess we can. I guess we can. I guess we can. Can we get it to 20,000 taps? All right. Is it that we cannot tap, or what's happening? Or the screen froze because I'm not seeing any taps? Is it that we are tapping and I'm just not seeing it? Can we get it to 20,000 taps? Can we get it to 20,000 taps? Okay, let's get it to 20,000 taps. Thank you so much. The P5, thank you so much for tapping out. Can we get it to 20,000 taps? Let's get it. Doctor has been giving a wealth of info, but please buy your class and implement this very important. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Gregory. Thank you so much. Right. Thank you so much. That means a lot for somebody that is retired at 52. Yeah, for somebody that is retired at 52, you know, trust me, is a whole lot, right? I'm giving all of this for free. Let's tap out the live. Let's do that. Let's get it to 20. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me coming from you, because it means that whatever thing I'm saying, you're just validating because you have worked it out, you have achieved it. I am still working as a vice president of technology. I'm still lecturing as a professor of AI cybersecurity and and deep learning, and I am still investing. I'm still doing all of that. So I am not fully there in terms of retirement, but definitely you have walked that talk. You have retired at 52, and I'm rooting for you. You're doing absolutely, absolutely well. Well done, well done, well done. I am doing this because I enjoy what I do, just the same way I'm teaching right now. I know at some point I'm going to drop my vice president of technology role, right? I'm going to drop that, and I'm just going to fully focus on, you know, lecturing and teaching and impacting knowledge. Obviously, you can see that I enjoy that. Okay, let's keep tapping out the life, and do not forget your smart investing workshop. You need to register. It's limited in number, it's limited capacity. Register. It's a workshop, not a class. It's a workshop where you get everything done in that class. Let's keep tapping out the life. Let's get it to 15,000, guys. I know we can do it. We can go do it. Let's get to 15,000 and get to 20,000. Let's keep tapping out. It costs you nothing. And if you're not got to your daily admin, do that right there. Let's tap it out. If you're just sitting here, right? Sitting here and just being here. Is it that we have slept? Tell me, let me know we are all here. Let's keep tapping out. King Glocky, welcome. King Glocky and every other person, welcome. Mr. Gregory, thank you so much. Thank you so much. The P5, thank you all for tapping out the live. G's, thank you for tapping out the live. Let's get it to 15,000 and then get it to 20,000. I know we can. I know we can. And this is TikTok telling Dr. Lina, oh, somebody just made the purchase. Congratulations. Congratulations on building your own journey, like building your wealth, because you're not just buying a class and it's free, it's $0. You're not just buying a class, you are actually buying your future, right? You're paying yourself, because once you're done with this, you would learn the concept of whenever they say pay yourself first, that is what this is all about. So far you pay taxes, right? So far you pay taxes, you do not have any reason, right, why you should not invest in yourself so that you can retire. You can retire or work because you want to work, not because you're having to work to pay bills. Thank you so much for tapping the like. Mr. Guy, thank you so much for the kind words. I continue to drop in your class because you know what you're. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's worked for me. If it's not working, I'm not even going to talk about it. I am just sharing the goodness of God, right? And I'm just sharing the knowledge with a lot of people. A lot of times when you do it for free, right, a lot of times you realize that people do not value it, right? A few people value it, but a lot of people do not value because they think that, okay, why would you want to share your strategy of building wealth? You know, why would you want a lot of people to build wealth like you're building or whatever? But seriously, if I have my 10 million, does it stop you from having your 10 million? Or you having your 10 million would not stop me from getting my own 10 million. Right? But the fact that I see you grow, genuinely, I am interested in your growth. And the reason why is that we were not taught in school, and just closing the gap in the school curriculum. That is why I have built this curriculum. Income starts, we start with income. Your smart investing, right? Not just investor, smart investing. Real estate, okay? Real estate, right? The last, you're giving you 6 paycheck. Cash flow, equity, what's it called? Appreciation. Another person just made the purchase. Congratulations. Congratulations. And as you're doing that, also look at the real estate bootcamp. So you want to get your wealth to the next journey. You already have down payment or you're already working towards it. You want to get this right here. You would see the real estate bootcamp, right? Buy your rental property in 90 days, right? Everything you need to know. Even with your 9 to 5, I got my double-digit real estate portfolio with a 9 to 5. I'm still doing the 9 to 5 with a vice president role, with a professor role, running a family, and then I not just buy, own, and but own it and manage it. Double digit. It's not a multi-unit like $5, $10. No. The minimum of those houses is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's the minimum. You can see some of them on my page. So you are learning from somebody, a serial investor with double-digit real estate portfolio with over a decade of experience. That is what you're buying, and that is you're buying a system for yourself, right? It's $99.99. Last week it was $69.99. People still bought it. $39.99. I was telling people. Some people, it was so funny. Somebody saw it at $39.99 and did not buy, but came back at $99.99 and bought it yesterday. So I'm like, by next week it's going to become, because the price is $199.99, and I'm just doing a promotion right now just to help everyone. And by the way, you can claim this as taxes, right? That you see that professional fees under real estate. If you buy real estate this year, next year, keep the receipt and use it to file your taxes. You will use it to reduce, because that is professional fees, it's education and all of that. You can use this to reduce your taxes. So it's $0 to you, but it's a lot of education, because be encouraged that the Lord has purpose of each of us. We must begin to believe that wealth Yes, wealth is from the Lord, is of the Lord. Let us not be deceived, right? Right? How do you even take the kingdom to the next level if you don't have money, right? Right? Is when you love it, but here is not even about money. I teach wealth. Wealth is four things for me: time, ability to live life at your own terms, health, living, eating right, your health, and all of that. That's why I have lifestyle with Dr. Lina, living a life of purpose. As you see me right now, I'm living the purpose because I am sharing something that I'm passionate about. You don't pay me, but yes, I'm still teaching. That's why you see me show up, because I just enjoy it. I just love to impact the knowledge and teach people how to build wealth. When you have your first million, right? You get a million, you get a million. Remember Oprah, you get a million, you get a million, you get a million, right? When that happened, that's what gives me joy. Doctor prices are very reasonable. Yes, you're right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Gregory. You're just, yeah, absolutely. You write it up as part of your business. It costs you nothing. Right now it's at $99.99. See? It's a four module course. And this is how you buy real estate, how to manage. So you have real estate, how to buy right. So all of the tools that it's going to tell you that this is a good deal. How can you identify a good deal? Because that's the starting point. If you don't know how to get a good deal, all right, the sources of good deals, you would sell, these, because I'm also going to, for people that bought it, they are getting into a Telegram group where they would get access to those deals. Whatever deals that I buy it at 20% less of the market value. So if your property is 200,000, Dr. Lina never pays more than 160,000. So I'll be dropping some of those deals right there because I know it's a good deal. Put it there, and it's going to be a first come, first serve. If you are ready to buy, you buy it, but it's everybody wants something at a discount, right? Like Black Friday, the rush. If you get it, lucky for you, because I have seen that it's a good deal. Those are the access that you have. In the class and the course, in the boot camp, you have how can you identify under 5 minutes? This is a good deal. This is a bad deal. Because when you see a good deal, trust me, 10 people, 20 people wants to get that deal. So how can you figure it out that it's a good deal under 5 minutes? You would see it in that course, right? And that's the starting point because you want to get it at a discount. How do you know this has an equity? How do you know that what should be the rental income? All of the tools that you need, mortgage calculator, what are the financing strategy, the real estate, the different real estate, how can you 10x your money, right? 10x your money with real estate. A lot of time people just think it's just long-term investing, rent to a tenant and whatever. All of that. No, there is some other ones. Like you can use it for group home. Do you know that? No. Now, these are strategies that you find in there. What are the different types of real estate? That is one. Then one of the biggest mistake when it comes to rehab. That's not one of the biggest mistake that people make when it comes to real estate. If you do it this way, you would lose money. You give money to how do you pay your contractors such that they get the job done? How do you find a good, you will find it right there. And then when we now come to the real things to avoid, right? When it comes to real estate, such that your friend that says, I lost money in real estate, what they did wrong, you will find it there. Then how do you manage your tenant such that, so property management, such that your tenant is not, how do I put it? You don't become a slave to your tenant. How you do it, you have it there. Real estate as a business, you would have it, you have it in there. So you have an entire 4-module course. It comes with the course and then with the video, and it also comes with the slides. Like slides, a powerful slide that is, very professional slide that you can take your time and look at. You are very visual like me. We have that because for people that are a visual learner, you can easily use that. And people that like to listen and take notes, you have the audio. Or you can use the two together. It has different links that you would use, where you find the deals, how you know the fund the deals, the financing option, all of the things from beginning to the end is what you get for, guess what, $99.99 right now. That's it. Last week, for some people, they were here, it was $69.99. 2 weeks ago, it was $39.99. Now it's $99.99. By next week, it's going to become $199.99. You can take it right now. It's a 4-module course. You would find it right here. And then the structure of how to buy that property in 90 days. 90 days is all that it takes. Not less, not more. Month 1, what should you do? Month 2, what should you do? Month 3, what should you do? You find it right here. And then you have access to the class, to the closed community where we are sharing deals, where you can ask questions, where you can also meet some other people, like-minded individual community, right? You would find them right there in that community, in the Telegram group. You can also ask me question right there. And then if you buy during my live, you have free consultation. Free consultation, not one-on-one, right? This is my free consultation. That's right here. Right? It's a $200 value, right? If you want a one-on-one us to develop something for you, find it there. But here, you do it and then you can ask question in your free consultation. All right, find out to establish business funding because this money will assist in building your business. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, Alfred, thank you so much for becoming a fan club and getting your daily admin. So that's how you do it. So I have, for each of those pillars, I have the cost for them. So get it. If you get it right now, you are also going to get the free consultation. And by the way, it's a business expense that you can claim towards. So it's almost $0 to you. It is basically $0 to you because that's the beauty of real estate. It comes you get the receipt, then you put it under property, under professional fees. That's where it is, under professional fees. So you can get all of the education that you need, and you should get it. And by the way, is either you buy this course or you go and buy another course. Please do not say don't just come on City Street or on YouTube Street and get there and just start investing. Don't do that. You will lose money and you will lose it big. You will, and when it comes to real estate, you can still get away with smart investing. But when it comes to real estate, don't. I'm begging in the name of God, because you are spending so much money, right? So much money. That 200,000, 300 is one of the biggest investment. That's true value of money. Is not what it buys, but the does it can. Yes, because this $99.99, you would trust me. You are going to build $1 million, and I'm not kidding. It is building not 1 million, multi-million. So you're using $99, $100, right? When I did this training over a decade ago, more than 13 years ago, I paid $1,000. Why did I pay $1,000? Do you know why I paid? Because I just lost $100,000. It's close to $100,000 in the stock market, investing in penny stock, day trading, and options trading, like my story. And then for me to get into real estate, right, it was the kids' money because I was transitioning them from 529 to real estate. So I cannot afford to lose any money. So I paid $1,000. The training that you have here, that is $9.99, right? This $9.99. Jennifer, hey, welcome. Welcome. This $9.99 that you see, $99, less than $100 that you see, that particular amount, the training that I got was less than half of what you have here, because it just tells you how to get deals and all of that. That's all that you get, right? That's all that you get. But here, it has property management, it has rehab, it has everything. It's a whole flow coming from somebody with double-digit real estate portfolio, with over a decade of investing, managing it, owning it, and managing, buying it, beginning to the end. So that's what you get. And of course, you can get it for free, basically, because you file it as a professional fee under your taxes. That's what you get. It's a 4-module course. So get it. You should get it if you're getting into real estate, or you plan to get into real estate, or you are in the wealth building journey. So that's the third pillar that I talk about: income, smart investing. So you're starting as a beginner. You start getting to the smart investing workshop. So you don't have any reason. You have the training. You want real estate is the next thing. Get the real estate bootcamp. How do you buy your rental in 90 days? Smart investing workshop. How you turn your income into real wealth, right? Right there. in a safe way. And then the last pillar that I talk about is the financial discipline, financial literacy, financial planning, and all of this translates to what? It translates to financial freedom, right? You do all of this, I tell you, you'll be flying like Mr. Gregory, retired at 52, right? Flying like him, retired at 52. I tell you, work because you want to work, not because you work to pay bills. And thank you, Ty, for tapping out the live. Can we get it to 15,000? We're wrapping up right now. Can we get it to 15,000 tonight, or even 20,000? Let's tap non-stop. Let's tap it all the way. I know we can do it, right? Can we do it? Can we get it 20,000? Okay. Can we get it to 20,000 taps tonight? Awesome. Then the last thing I wanted to talk about, so I talked about I said 4x4, right? 4x4 is what I talked about. So that's the first four is the four pillars. Then the second four is the four account system that is going to put structure into your money, right? Because if you don't have structure in terms of your account, we will talk about that another day. That is another curriculum that I teach about. Then the other thing that I also talk about, I talk about the 4 Fs, like the 4 fortress: financial planning, financial literacy, and then the fourth one. Whenever the next four is the four wealth types, right? Meaning, money is one. Anytime you are building wealth, if you are just building money, you are doing it the wrong way. I talk about the four wealth types. There is the money wealth, the investment, the asset, and all of that. There is the health wealth. Eating right, exercising, right? Health is wealth. If health fails, every other thing fails. Even this money that we are talking about, you will not even be talking about it, right? You will not be talking about it. Then, of course, there is the peace wealth. Having your Roth IRA, having your 401k, emergency fund, retirement fund, probate, trust, all of those things that comes with it, that is peace wealth. You being able to sleep at night with peace and knowing that, you know what, even if anything happens with my income, I have an emergency fund for 6 months. Just like Oracle laid off 30,000 people in one day 2 weeks ago, right? You have your emergency fund to protect you in such situation as well. So that is the third the third type of wealth. And the last one is financial freedom. The time wealth. Time is money. You trading your time for money. A lot of time people never get to this until 65. That time that you are trading for money, right? That time that you are trading for money, that time, your ability to live life at your own term, that is time wealth. So that is my curriculum that I teach, right? You can come back another day. We'll talk about the 4 account system. We'll talk about, the other 4 Fs that I talk about, like the financial fortress that I talk about. We talk about that. Yeah, but today it's about the 4 pillars, focused on the smart investing. So register for the smart investing workshop. And for the last time, as I wrap up, let me show you how to get there. And if you haven't followed, follow. Can we tap it out to 15,000? Can we tap it out? So for everyone right here, click on nestu.me, open anyway, and you'll find it right here. Smart Investing Workshop, turn your income into real wealth. If all that you do is you take your income and you fund lifestyle, you're not building wealth. All you're doing is to pay liability, funding liability. But then guess what? It is $0. Click on it, register. It has limited spot. No more parts. How are you? It's been a minute. How are you? Hello, my friend. It's been a minute. Hello again. Awesome. Welcome. Good to have you. So Smart Investing Workshop. Join this part. Join the Smart Investing Workshop it's May the 2nd, but registration is required. You can find the link in my bio. I know you are one of the OGs. It's been a minute, right? So you missed the real estate bootcamp. So this is it. It's free. It's $0, but then it requires you registration. Everybody register. Click on it, and you will find it right here. Click on it, and you would get a notification. It will tell you have to open your account. Once you registered, open your account, and ahead of the class is a workshop, not a class. It's different from the real estate bootcamp. It's a workshop. So you come in with your laptop, you get your account ready, and we get it all settled, right? It's going to how you set it up. get automation done, get your money set up, and all of that, you are good to go. You don't have to take a look at it for another few years. Build your wealth, turn your 9 to 5 into wealth, right? Turn your 9 to 5 into wealth. And then the third pillar that I talk about is real estate. You want to, so once you have a down payment, or you want to buy real estate, these has it. The real estate boot camp. Buy your rental property in 90 days, even with a 9 to 5. It's a 4 module course right there. 4 module course. It is at $99.99. Right now, it's still going at a discount. Normal price is $199.99, which is $200. You would find it right here. It's 99. You should buy it so that you can learn how to invest in real estate. You can actually claim that money back or through taxes, right, under professional fees. So if you buy real estate this year, right, because it takes you 90 days, you can still buy your property in summer, get it in 90 days, and you can claim the $99 or $100, or whenever you buy it, maybe $200, right? Later, whenever you buy it, you can claim that money back, and as part of taxes under professional fees. So it's $0 to you, but you get so much information. And if you buy it right now, this live, you also have access to the strategy session. But if you say that, you know what, Dr. Lina, I want hand holding. I just even want I want you to look at my portfolio. I don't want it with any other person. I just want a one-on-one. You can get your one-on-one consultation right here as well. Right here, it's here. One-on-one consultation is 1 hour. Ask any question. There was one person that had a one-on-one consultation 2 days ago. By the way, she will come back to give a review. She left a review. She said, this is absolutely, and because at the end of the exercise, if you have debt, you have it. This is your debt. This is how much you are going to, and this is how you pay off your debt. This is how much your expenses are. You would have an entire wealth blueprint structured for yourself, right? Your own personal wealth blueprint for yourself, right? That's what you get at the end of your one-on-one. Absolutely, absolutely something that you should consider. Actually, you are asking, you want to come live because you keep requesting, right? It's you. So if you want your own personalized wealth blueprint, schedule your one-on-one, right? But if you just want something generic, like you want to learn it, because your one hour session will not have the module. It will not. It's not a long time. Is 1 hour is just to build your wealth blueprint, but then you can also have, you want to have a boot camp, you have it right there. But one-on-one, you have your personalized wealth blueprint. What's your debt? What's your income? What should be your expense? And what should you be saving? What is your plan for the next 3 months? Your plan for the next 30 days, 90 days? All of that is what you get in that session, right? Outside of that session, because I always say, this is the outputs that you get for your one-on-one. It's worth every dime. It should even be more than that. I know it's going up. And if you also want something long-term, for people that have been asking, Dr. Lina, do you do mentorship? Yes, we do. We've developed the mentorship, and you'll find it here. It is called the $1 Million Lead, right? The $1 Million Lead, MDL. You would find it. It is a 90 days wealth building transformational mentorship, right? At the end of the 90 days, you would have your wealth blueprint, right? You would have 4 or 5, you should have 5 sessions, 4 to 5 sessions of the one-on-ones, right? It's going to be like the best, how do I put it? A bundled up, the value, right? Because you have 5, your 5 consultation, right? 5 consultation, 5 sessions. So you have 1 of each month, 1 month beginning and the end, and then the month 2, another 2, right? Where we're checking in, where are you at in terms of your wealth building journey? You want and holding and all of that. Where are you? You want to buy your rental property, but you want to, okay, how do we analyze this deal? Am I doing the right thing? All of that, because you need time. 3 months is 90 days mentorship. When by the time you're done, you would have hand holding 5 session, 4 to 5 sessions, right? Of your or because if you buy the one-on-one private consultation, right, you will get it refunded, right? If you also transition to a mentorship, you will get your one, so you get 5 sessions. Each session is a $200 if you're buying a one-on-one, but if you are buying the mentorship, it's going to be, it gives you 5 sessions because you're going to get a refund for the first one-on-one. Then you would also get the real estate bootcamp for free, right? Because you're going to get all of the product. You're going to get the ebook for free because you want to go read it. You want to also, you get the real estate bootcamp for free, right? It comes as a part of the package. You will get the smart investing workshop for free. And then there is also the one that is coming, right? The Wealth Building Academy. That is coming in June, right? In May, we have the Smart Investing Workshop. In June, we would have the Wealth Building Academy. Does it work for Nigerian? Absolutely. It works for anyone, right? Anyone. If your goal, if a Nigerian that wants to build wealth, Nigerian that is living in Nigeria or Nigerian that is living in the US, right? So that's why you want something tailored for you, right? I have it because I am a Nigerian American. I have investments in Nigeria. I'll tell you what I also do, right? So I will tell you, and I tell you the returns there is also very crazy. So just to give you a tip, like a treasury bill where you put your money, just a tip right there, you can get close to 20% return on your money, right? Return on your money. Okay, and then you can learn, how do I start? Girl, how do I start? It just starts with, say, go here, you will find it right here. It's if you're talking about the mentorship, you find the mentorship right here. So if you go here, you go on next to you, this is my bio, right? You click on it, open anyway, and you'll find all of the products right here. So the Smart Investing Workshop, which is May the 2nd, you'll find it, it's free, you get it right here. It's May 2nd, you get it, but registration is required, limited spots available. The MDL is the $1 Million League, a 90 days wealth building transformation mentorship, right? Right there, you would find it right there. So if you're talking about the mentorship, you will find that right there. And then if you want to just have real estate, you basically don't, you just want to get the course. It's a course with the slide. It comes with the slide, and it also has the slide, and it's a, how you can buy your renter in 90 days, right? Everything, you will find it right there. It has the slide, it has the course, you have access to the closed community where we share deals. And also for, of course, the $1 Million League. This one is hand holding. You're getting access to everything, right? Getting access to me, everything. And of course, if you want one-on-one consultation, right here, the ebook is right there. If you get the mentorship, you're getting access to everything, including the Wealth Building Academy in June. And for those that want the Wealth Building Academy, be on the lookout. We'll start talking about that in May. The Wealth Building Academy, it's going to be the breadth. So it's going to be talking about all of the pillars, but then how can you transform it, right? The exact actions that you need to take. So remember, Real Estate Bootcamp talk about pillar number 2. It talks, no. Smart Investing Workshop talked about pillar number 2. Real Estate Bootcamp talks about pillar number 3. Pillar number 1 is income, right? How do we increase that income? That is going to be part of Wealth Building Academy. We touch a little bit on the real estate bootcamp. The real estate, we talk about a little bit on smart, but then we focus on the other 4 pillars. We talk about the 4 account system for structure. It's going to be explosive, right? Explosive. So be on the lookout for that as well. Okay. So if you haven't followed, I don't know, because when you're done, see, this is this is a whole school in itself. It's a school. Remember, I'm a doctor. If you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm not Dr. Alias. It's not alias doctor, right? I'm actually a doctor with PhD, all right? Doctor of business in and technology. And I am a serial investor with double-digit that manages and owns double-digit real estate portfolio, been investing for over a decade. I mean, close to 2 decades, right? But specifically real estate, over a decade. Own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. I'm a vice president of technology, and I am also a professor that teaches AI cybersecurity and deep learning. And of course, I'm a serial investor and I'm a wealth coach, obviously, with all of these that I'm saying. So you come in with somebody that doesn't just know it in the books, right? I bring academics and I also bring years of experience because I've been in corporate America for close to 2 decades. So I know the struggles. I know when it's how can you increase your skills. Part of the things that I'm going to be teaching, how I rose really quickly to the vice president position. Those are things I'll be teaching as part of the Wealth Building Academy. What should you be doing with your resumes? What should you be doing if you don't want to go back to college? You don't. What are the skill set that you can do? Those are things. So see here with me, we are a total package. You don't have any reason. See, by the time you are done, you don't have any reason not to build wealth. Okay, you don't have any reason. All right. And I'll wrap it up here. I will wrap it up here. I will wrap it. Gail, yes, you can get the whichever product you want, you can get it right there. And by the way, if you have just been sitting and you did not buy any product, it's okay, right? At least you met me, you have learned one or two things. But please, in everything that you do, get education. Get education, okay? Get education, all right? I love you guys so much. I know that, of course, this is passion. You can already hear that in my voice. You know, it's something that either you pay, you do not pay. I get money, I don't get money. I am so passionate about it because the more millionaires that we make, the lesser the crime, the lesser the, because where there's poverty, there's crime, right? Poverty, crime, they work hand in hand. The neighborhood for real estate investor, they know what that means. The neighborhood, crime, no, lack of education, lack of training, and all of that, right? And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Beyond the money, beyond any other thing, of course, as a vice president of technology, with double-digit real estate portfolio, also still lecturing, you know that, of course, there is a little bit of, comfort right there, right? Not bragging, right? But yeah, but basically just sharing my knowledge. And I see that a lot of times when you give people things for free, they don't value it, right? Some people would say it's not true, it's not a lie, but when they pay for it, they find it as valuable. And I want you to not just buy it, execute, because I want to see result. I want to be able to see that 10 years time, you're saying, oh, you met somebody, her name is Dr. Lina, and my entire wealth journey changed, right? My wealth trajectory changed, okay? And she helped me build wealth. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Really appreciate. We got the 15,000, and I'm still here. Let's keep tapping. Any questions about how to buy the course, right? How to buy the course, how to get the mentorship, the smart investing workshop, get the ebook, get the consultation, or you just have a general question. You have few minutes, and we'll wrap up the live while we are tapping out the live. Okay?